Hey, fingers crossed, we should be live. If you're seeing this on the stream replay, then of course, it's a good result. Welcome everyone to the stream. Bit of an impromptu one, as you can guess, but you can see the title. On Wednesday, it was 10 years since the release of Sonic Lost World, so why don't we jump back in? It's been about 4 or 5 years since I last played it on my end. I think I looked at my Steam achievements and it was early 2019. I wouldn't have played the Wii U one since then. So yeah, that would have been the last time I played it. We've had a lot come and go in the meantime, of course. Even though we've had but last time I played it, we would have had stuff like Forces. But we've really had time for that dust to settle now, and we've had Frontiers, of course. We've had Superstars. We've had a lot of things that have come and gone that have changed the series in different ways. This has always been a bit of an outlier, and it definitely is now. So I wanted to look back at it. I just wanted an excuse for another playthrough, to be completely honest with you, because it's a very polarizing game, but one that I, despite all my issues I have with it, tend to enjoy quite a bit when I run through it. It's definitely not free of those issues. There's so many that I could sit and count all day, but I don't know, it's always a fun run through anyway, and it's just an excuse to do a quick Saturday afternoon stream. Originally wanted to do this on the Wednesday, and then I only remembered that it was the anniversary the day after it happened on the Thursday. Could have saved it to something like the American one, but I just didn't feel right. We're in Europe. That's the one I remember, even though I didn't get the game till years later, and I'm sure that's something I'll get into. But yeah, it felt right to try and do it around then. Just couldn't though. So instead, we're here on a nice Saturday evening, tucking into even some Lost Worlds. So give it a little bit, and then I'll get ready to go. Just want to make sure I'm streaming, and it just shows that in all the right places. I think so. Yeah. I think that's really about our lot, so we can get moving any moment now. Yep, okay, all the places said that I was live, so good. Let's go ahead and jump in here. So I'm not going to watch the cutscenes. I did deliberate whether I was going to do that or not, but the complete honest reason for you is I haven't eaten my dinner, so we're just going to run through the game normally. Going to play the hidden stages if I can, as well as the DLC ones, but we'll see how we do. I did make sure to make a backup on my save, because it is a 100% one. I'm just going to turn this down a little bit before we go. Audio balance looking good as well, mostly. Yeah, so I did make sure to back up the save, because it is nearly 100%ed. I've not got all the Steam achievements, but I'm very close, so I might just chip away at it after the stream. Yeah, last time I played it would have been that 100% run, all the way back on... Goodness, which marathon was it? J10 Marathon Adventure, I want to say. It was the last one, and it was a push goal. It was going to be the 3DS version, but I couldn't get it working in time, so it was 100% of this instead. So yeah, a long time. Let's see if my opinion's softened on it, or most likely if it's hardened. Let's go. Oh yeah, I forgot the gamepad gets replaced with a PC screen. Boring. Speaking of boring, let's jump into it. Right, okay, that is very loud. Let's get that down. Let's get it down on my end as well. See, I can't properly audio balance for this sort of thing, because Spin Dash is always louder than the rest of the game. Here we go, hopefully. Better. I can actually hear myself think. Yeah, so one of the things I'm going to end up doing on this run probably is just spin dashing my way through. Of course I am. That's how you played this game. That was like the biggest criticism I didn't really have at the time, but I remember everyone else having at the time is, oh my god, no boost button. Well, if you have Supersonic, you do actually get one, but if you're not, for all intents and purposes, as long as you just hold back down the trigger, it's the exact same thing. So, you know, you do the spin dash, and then you let go, then you re-hold it. Yeah, you can infinite spin dash. A lot of stages let me do that, I think. I'm doing the, like, hey, I know what I'm talking about commentary. That wears out very quickly in this game, but I played this first level quite a bit, mainly for the purpose of, like, animal collecting, just because I enjoyed it, so I'm going to enjoy myself. Yeah, you might have been able to see we had the Nintendo DLC re-enabled as well, so that's cool. The Knights DLC was already in there, so that's fine. Aside from that, there's just a couple quality of life PC mods, because this game didn't get butchered as badly as some in the PC conversion, but it did have some problems that thankfully have been fixed in the recent years, so at least using that to make the experience a little more tolerable. Mainly, it greatly helps with the visual effects, and I think it restores the old fonts as well, because they used some licensed fonts they didn't want to repay for when it came to PC. In general, this version actually looks quite sloppy in everything. You know, the gameplay obviously looks better because 1080p versus, I think it was 720p on Wii U. That's really about your lot. I think the rest of it's pretty downscaled, and all of the new PC assets they've added are pretty bleak. Yeah, so I actually can't remember how many flickies I want, but the Legends of Zelda Zone is going to be the way to go when I want to get there, so we'll save that until a bit later on in the playthrough. Everything else I'll try and leave till last, but Zelda might need to be done earlier just because it is the best way to get the flickies. Anyway, let's continue. Gotta keep remembering about these skip and cutscenes as well. Yeah, I can't remember what my last playthrough averaged. I don't remember it being... Actually, it was quite bad, wasn't it? It would have been... My last proper playthrough, as in not the 100%, that was like 10 hours in the end before I abandoned the achievement stuff. I think it's about 3 AM, everyone else had gone to sleep, and I was just ready to go to sleep myself. I did the rest of the game, the bits that everyone wanted to see. But when... Yeah... It would have been 2017. I probably could find out just by looking back at the Twitch VODs, but then that requires me to pause the game. For the most part, I'm just going to do my best to get through the levels quick. Sometimes I can get around like the little gimmicky bits if I want to, but eh. Okay, here we go. Already at the end. Some of these levels really just don't overstay their welcome, which is nice, because some definitely, absolutely do. Okay, my lock-on not working quite well enough, but same deal. So, I really actually missed this. I missed the charged homing attack. I wish we'd kind of get this back. Being able to chain multiple enemies and having the stronger homing attack really is something that other games are missing. Like, come on, Frontiers has got so many enemy chains. That'd be a lot of fun. Instead of having to do the individual attack. I'd love it. There are a couple movement things this game really had going right for it, and although the parkour's way too wonky in the Wii U version, the 3DS version gets it a bit more right, and I would have liked to have seen another game with it, but you know how it is. Abandoned before we can get these things right, and that's the Sonic Team motto. Except we've gone back to boost properly again, and hopefully we stick with where we were. With... What's the other one? The open zone, of course. Ah yes, there we go. Forgot you can get that close up there, and if you have Supersonic, of course, you can see his lovely 2 mouths, which they forgot to remove for some weird reason. I think it's just like, they forget to cover it, because I assume Sonic has 2 mouths depending on which direction he faces in this one, because it's quite a common thing in these games, but I think Supersonic's model, they just forgot to cover it depending on what angle you're at. Oh fine, I'll use a Wisp, go on. I don't really need it, but sure enough. What was the purpose of that? Right, I need like 100 flickies before I get to the next area, so I should probably take some time targeting these guys just about now. So this isn't a high flicky count by any means, so this would be a pretty easy place to just grind them real quick. Go for... Why did that go in such a weird direction? I have no idea. Okay. To be honest, this isn't the jackpot. Probably the jackpot is these guys back here. I know Windy Hill Act 1 was how I grinded when I played the PC version for the first time. Most of the time, I've really... I think the last time... Yeah, the last time I did this would have been the 100% run. Before that, I think I mostly stuck to the Wii U version once I got it because of the Nintendo content. That's a pretty sweet reason, that and having the exclusive grinding methods, which you didn't really have on this, mainly Zelda, and without Zelda it would have been... oh god, what would it have been? The circus levels, of course, that aren't in this one at all still. There's been no such restoration patch, because it's kind of motion control based. I'm sure you could map it to the joystick easy enough, but I'm not sure there's even the appetite as well, so that's why we're not going to see such things anytime soon. Oh well. Hey, Red Star Ring. Or Red Ring, I guess. At the point in time, I probably still would have referred to them as Red Star Rings, but I think they definitely clarified that was not the case. Thanks, game. I guess I'm just stuck here now. I let go of the run button and it wouldn't even let me go. That's normally like the catch-all to please let me free, but nope. Okay. Oh. Okay. First pointless death. Any more where those came from? Trust me, this game's full of them. I think that's another reason why I thought it'd be interesting to come back, is because this game definitely had its BS at release time, and I remember that being a big point against it, was just how trial and error some of the levels were, and after that they made the games really easy in compensation, I seem to recall. Everyone complained that Forces Hard mode, myself included, was basically not a challenge, which, you know, I'm not a big challenge seeker in games or anything, but if you're going to call it hard mode, it's got to be actually more difficult than the normal mode, which at times it was way easier than normal. It was a bit pathetic on Sonic Team's part. So, but yeah, now that we got this obsession again all of a sudden with Superstars and the Final Horizon, with just making things annoyingly trial and error, I want to see how some of the later levels in this one hold up, because Lava Mountain in particular, good lord, what were they thinking? But I'm sure in comparison, now that I got those cracked skills thanks to Master King Coco, you know, that final boss, the final bosses of Superstars, maybe I'm just the God Gamer, who knows? These cavern levels were never exactly the most interesting. I think there's way more interesting ones as a whole, and quite like the art style, level theming, etc. Just, this isn't the best of the game. It's not the best it has to offer, really, so... yeah, it'll shine a bit brighter, right? It's still to come. Hope I got enough animals. I don't think I did. I stopped focusing on them after a while. Yeah, I think that's barely not enough. Oh, no. Okay. I had way more than I thought I did for some reason. There we go. More than safe. See, I think this is the standout level of Windy Hill, because you get your 3D, you get some depth to it, you get a nice looking location. That's where this game shines best. Is when it gets a nice open sandbox to play with, like the parkour and everything else that you can do with the physics. Because yeah, it did deserve a second game. I get why everyone wanted to go back to the Boost engine, because it was like they had abandoned something that finally started working. But then, in doing so, they'd abandoned something that could have started working on its own equally. It's a shame, because you know, there's still room for this in a more classical sense, I guess. Because I know we saw like Superstars and that plays completely like an original classic Sonic game, but definitely like a 2D game or 2.5D game, kind of in the style of this, would work super well with a more modern Sonic-oriented setting. Doesn't even have to be in the modern stuff, because I know everyone will want more open zone, and yeah, me too on that front. I don't know though. We'll just see what comes of it all. Go under! Fallen for that trap so many times. Make sure I grab all these, because even if I'm out of trouble now in Windy Hill, I'll definitely still be in trouble in a little bit, so... yeah, get all that sorted. Uh-oh! Oh my god, that was perfect! Okay. Already stacking some lives. I'm impressed, because I had that one stupid death. I thought we were gonna... okay. I thought, mate... I mean, we're saving it, aren't we? The second half is a very different beast to the first half. Yeah, I did say I was going to talk about it, but really my first experience with Lost World wasn't 2013. I remember being very excited for it, but critically not a Wii U or 3DS owner around that time, so... made it difficult, therefore, to experience the game. So most of it was through other people. Being that we got the European release first, that was always interesting, so it forced a lot of people to get European consoles, and... I don't know, that's always a weird dynamic, even before Japan, shockingly. I guess it's because Nintendo published it here, whereas Sega published it elsewhere, so... I don't know, they probably got final say on when it came out, but... yeah, wouldn't have had a Wii U until 2017. Weirdo, who I've mentioned on many occasions, got one after the Switch. Couldn't afford a Switch, but always wanted a Wii U, so... hey, little price decrease made it possible. But, yeah, the first time would have been day one of the PC release. I specifically saved up to play it, because even though I already knew by that point other people didn't like it, I knew it might be something that I'd like, and yeah, it pretty much was. For the most part anyway, a lot of my runtime with it was through mods, because for a while people decided that they were really into modding this rather than Generations, and of course everyone went back eventually, but those opening couple of months of this, it led to some really interesting stuff that never really got topped in the years after, so... That was a little bit of a shame, but I absolutely get, you know, wanting to mod a better game equally. There were some great levels coming out at the start of things as well. Yeah, there you go. That's why the charged homing attack is Bay. Love it. Already through Windy Hill. If only we could keep this momentum up, this will be a very short playthrough, but I get the feeling the game is going to deny me of such niceties, isn't it? Oh lord, End of Frozen Factory, Silent Forest, Sky Road, it's all still to come. Oh, I love Desert Ruins as well. This has some really creative stage themes. As a whole, this game wastes a lot of its cool stages on just, why is this in this zone? Why is it not its own zone? I'm looking at you, Desert Ruins in a bit. Desert Ruins even. We're in Desert Ruins right now, look. This is a really fun one to play if you chain it together right, and that's kind of the same with all of them. I really like the way this game plays, just both versions don't account for it with good level design or the final touches on the, what's it called, on the parkour system to really back it up. Instead, you just kind of falters at every opportunity it has to really succeed. It's a shame, because it's one of the most solidly controlling modern games in 2D, in my opinion. I know it's a really weird and niche category to say, but I still think it controls superbly in 2D when it wants to. It also doesn't at times. It gets bogged down with gimmicks when it wants to go in there to justify the 2D sections existing, but, I mean, once more, parkour kind of withstanding. He's just got the perfect jumps, the perfect turn-ups, really satisfying. Once more, wasted on Lost World. Yeah, so you can tell that I played the opening of the game quite a bit. When you only had a couple of games on PC and you were desperate to play more Sonic games that you couldn't play because they were all stuck on Wii U and, I guess not PS4. I had a PS4 by the time stuff started coming to there. But yeah, when you were desperate for Sonic games that you couldn't play on 3DS and the like, this had to suffice as the new one, so... I got a lot of mileage out of early game and then we'll get frustrated at late game and not want to come back to it. And I remember one of by far the worst things was at the time, my main PC controller was still a PS3 controller. Those triggers are horrible, and this is like... I've never felt a platformer use triggers more than this game, because if you're playing it the speedy way, you know, if you're going into it Generations mode, you've practically got those things on at all times. I mean, I have right now. I've not let go of them for that whole section. Yeah, it was a horrible play on the PS3 controller. But my 360 pad had already broken, that's why I had one. Just because I wanted the change of pace. From, I don't know, I always liked the 360 controller, but I always wanted a PS3 one, and indeed, it was so comfy for 2D games, and most 3D stuff as well. Just got let down on this game and anything which required triggers, and can't say I was playing a whole lot of first-person shooters at the time, which is mainly what I associate them with. And if I was, it's probably on keyboard and mouse, so... It was like okay 90% of the time, and then Sonic Lost World came along and just did its thing. Oh yes, getting stuck on the wall, another physics engine memento. So many of them still to come. Yeah, I know it's a weird choice for a thing to want to do for a 10th anniversary playthrough. I mean, we've had a really cool bunch of games from like 2008 turned 15, you know, I'm sure some 2003 stuff has turned 20 that's really worth playing as well. On the channel, but I don't know, just randomly got in the mood to play this, and well, who wouldn't be in the mood to play such fine culinary art as Sonic Lost World? Dear Lord. Yeah, just a really weird craving. I see around the winter time, I just fall back into old habits. Throughout the year, I try and play a bunch of like cool games I've never played before, or brand new stuff, and then in winter, I just fall back on. Let's play a comfort food Sonic game, and we're primarily entering that territory. Of course, like something like Monkey Ball, which I can run through in an afternoon and have a bit of challenge in, throws itself into the ring as well. I forgot about this rolling. It's so useless. Like half the features in this game. Why is the kick there? At least it shows itself up a bit more than that. Oh, it's so full of features. It's another one of those cases where they clearly put a lot of labor of love into it, and then just oops they just added too many cooks in the kitchen, and kind of dragged its corpse around for the rest of the time. And then went, oh, game's done, the Wii U deal's active, we've got to reprogram everything and shove motion controls in because Nintendo want us to push their console. And what a console pusher it was, because, see, there were a couple times I was really tempted to buy the Wii U. Throughout its whole life, like mentioned in the story of getting one, I really wanted one. It wasn't that I didn't, it's just never could get anyone involved to justify the purchase, was too young for it kind of thing. To do the purchase myself, that wasn't have the money for myself, and you know the classic traps everyone fell into. It's just a Wii. Yeah, one of those ones, and that really made it hard to find a way to play something like Sonic Lost World. And I only knew one person with one, and they didn't really even like it, which kills you inside. I had no games for it, and I think I tried to convince him to buy Smash for Wii U when that came out, because I had to miss out on that, of course, as well, on the 3DS one. So, they were tough times. 2014 was my years in gaming where I didn't really experience much. I came back to it all later. If it wasn't on 360, couldn't play it. If it had a semi-functional PC port that you could get away with low specs on, I probably played it. If it was something I was interested in, that was. Yeah, most of my PC playtime around this time would have been trying to run Generations and using any low-spec mod I could to make that happen. And probably ports of 2010 Xbox games I'd already played. But, yeah, I mean, come on. Honeycomb Highway is everyone's favourite, isn't it? This is another great... Or this probably is the way, along with Windy Hill, if you need to grind animals. Especially early game. I guess you can go back to Windy Hill, but it's this one's a little more fruitful, I think, as long as you take the right path and get the right bits. But another one, I think this game handled max speed really well, because you had max speed in, well, 06 was the last one before it, right? I think it handles it good. Oh wait, yeah, this is also the good life grinding stage, I forgot. If I really need those that desperately, I can come back here. I can just die, get 3, die, get 3, and effectively get 2 every single time, so... Yeah, there's just so many cool gimmicks thrown in this, like... Because I know the max speed sections are really criticised in 06 for being way too fast, too uncontrollable, etc. This is like the one instance they got them right, and once again, well, when you have boost gameplay, kind of the whole gameplay is this. So you don't really need to sit there and perfect it, but, you know, good idea sitting on the cutting room floor. Even though this is a 3D setting, I'm sure you could do something cool with this in a 2D setting as well, and it would work pretty nicely. There we go. Look at that. Gorgeous stuff. Okay. I think this boss was like my first sign of trouble, but even then, I mean, come on. He's not that much of a threat, is he? Okay, let's... Oh wait, I can't get the hits in yet, really? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, thank you for that mysterious hover game. The one instance that this homing attack really falters, though, is... There's... Oh god, there's that one Zavok boss in Sky Road, isn't there, where you need to chain, like, a really strong homing attack. I seem to recall it was... It was more than 3, which is the standard the game gives you for the rest of it. It was like in the 10s. That you had to wait for that homing attack to charge up to be able to kill him. Horrid. I remember not only me being so stuck there, but other people being so stuck with that, because it's not one of those things where it's just difficulty, get better, learn. It is just guess until you figure that one out, or look up someone else's way of doing it. Oh. Oof. Wait, did I actually hit him? Did that count? Really? Okay. Not complaining. We out. Then straight into Desert Ruins. We're just going banger after banger. Also one of the best songs in the game, but you probably know that by now. Okay, get the life. Not that we particularly need any more right now. We've already got the animal count. That's fine. Let's take a drink. Remember that wasn't in there for E3. I distinctly remember that didn't people ask them to add it, and they added in the whole Desert Ruins sign, because otherwise it made no sense why this was in Desert Ruins. Like, at least some of the other weird random levels in places made sense, minus Casino in the Frozen place. In Frozen Factory, that one was a bit baffling, but everything else didn't really need an explanation, but this is the most polarizing one by far. I guess it's one of my favourite levels. I think this is a good one, for sure. Yeah. I mean, it is Sweet Mountain, but I find it to be way more stylized than Sweet Mountain, which Sweet Mountain in itself tries to be a stage, whereas this just tries to be a visual eye candy fest of, well, literal candy in this case. So, yeah, as a whole, pretty good level, I'd say. Just, I'm glad they added that justification to its existence, because otherwise I would not have had the foggiest, and indeed we didn't. Like I said, the first time they showed it, they didn't. It wasn't that people discovered this footage or something. This was just on the demo floor. Just, hey, yeah, Desert Ruins. Oh my god, thanks, guys. You can make that justification for us, except it only works in one language. Oh, okay. Saved by the backup path. Doesn't this take you... Oh, no, there's one of these guys. I think it's this guy that takes you, like, right to the end, doesn't it? Yep, it's this one. Why did the volume randomly just dip there? I may never know. Oh. I think it's trying to do some stereo panning and failing. That wouldn't surprise me if that was a PC port problem. Can this port do anything right? More at 7. No, not without patches. It's another Sega PC disaster. So, yeah, wasn't the reason this one got ported because there already was a PC port internally, because the beta was originally made for PC, kind of like a Boom Rise of Lyric thing where it wasn't being made for Wii U and we had to quickly shift it to Wii U. I think that's why we got this. It was a 2-year turnaround time, so presumably... I don't know if the exclusivity deal for the 3 games, obviously minus Mario and Sonic, that was always going to be exclusive. The other 2, I don't know if their exclusivity was only 2 years. Or if it was 1 year and they just eventually decided, let's do it, but... It was like a year and 9 months. It was October or November this came out. No, it was revealed in October. Yeah, that's right. Revealed in October, released in November, I think. So it pretty much was straight 2 years. Maybe that just genuinely was how long it was. But yeah, because that beta was already running, I guess, hey, backport the new code to the already existing beta, or just, you know, set the build parameters, hope it works, and keep doing some fixes from there. Because it's not a straight port, is it? There's a lot that's obviously had to be changed here, but some for the better, some for the worse. Some didn't even have to be changed, it just got broken because different team working on the port. From what I know, one of the fixes I have on is the depth of field fix, which there's 2 types of depth of field in the game, and one of them got misunderstood during the port process by Sega Europe. And therefore, like, half of the objects don't appear properly in this port. So I've had that turned back on, and it looks way nicer. If you see, like, the direct comparisons, it's night and day. It's not just like some random lighting difference. It's like half the objects are just not there. How? I get how it's a quick and easy job, potentially. You know, no one's quite checking for that thing. But yeah, that was only available 2 years ago. And same with the... Obviously, the DLC restoration isn't anywhere near as important, but they, like, completely botched up the gamma as well, I recall was one of the mods I installed. The gamma's completely wrong in the PC version, so the colours are way washed out in comparison to what they should be, so you can fix that. But once again, only came about recently. I forgot how weirdly well controlling this Drill Wisp is, having replayed colours a number of times since last playing this. It's weird, because we know the disaster that is the 3D underwater drill, and yet in 2D it's so much smoother. I'm actually quite surprised by that. That's the one positive surprise I've had so far this playthrough. It's going, oh yeah, they did actually do this right. Congrats, guys. Too bad, like, half of the drills... Oh no, this is most of the drill's runtime. I think in the Wii U version, using the drill in 3D is completely optional, right? Only in Tropical Coast Act 1 you can use it, but it is fully needed in 3DS, and... yeah. I mean, there's a reason this isn't 3 years or 10 years on from the 3DS version, because that's still coming. That will be a playthrough at some point when I find an appropriate charity stream to do it. I fixed my circle pad, which was one of the big reasons why I didn't get round to it, along with there being no Race for Good for a little while. But it is still on the plate that version gets its comeuppance, and I finish it off proper. But until then, you just have to settle for this one, which, for my money, I'd much rather play in a heartbeat. For all the technical problems that the 3DS version fixes, and for how technically impressive it is for a 3DS game, it's just, oh my lord. I think there's a reason we haven't, not just the fall of handhelds, but there is a distinct reason we've not seen Dimps do a Sonic game since. I mean, hell, they could have got Dimps back for Superstars so easily, and yet they went, you know what, Dimps too busy working on Dragon Ball, Arzest. And, well, Arzest could have completely fried the meal as well, but minus that post-game stuff, they actually did cook a good game. I'll give them the credit. Oh! Oh my goodness. Okay, 25 lives, not bad. I was hoping I could see it to 200 by the end of that trailer rings, but this guy might, I'll quite literally eat that idea for me. That was like, what, 5 charges there? It stopped showing it after a while, but you can do some insane stuff with the homing attack. I've got a lot of time and energy for it. That's all I'm saying, right? I'll go on record as a defender of the charge attack. I don't care if all my credibility goes out the window because of it. It's ultimately worth the decision. Okay. Yeah, I remembered correctly. You can parkour up these walls. Wouldn't so many bosses be made better by the ability to parkour up walls rather than just double jumping over them? I can think of some bosses that they've released recently that would benefit from such things. You dead? Okay, you are dead. 2 zones down already. How long are we going live? Oh, 30 minutes. It's actually not as quick as I thought it is. Okay, we're in for a couple of hours then. It's fine. I'm locked in. I've got my drink. I've got my vidya. We good. Okay. Let me just take a sec. And we'll be ready. Okay. There we go. Tropical Coast time! Should I go out my way to find the drill just so I can show it off? Tell me something, what were they thinking? How do you get it underground, or do you just do it? Oh yeah, you do just do it, there we go. Oh, oh boy! So it's B to go down, A to go up. If you dare touch the control stick, everything just goes loopy. Oh boy, and of course I need to find another one, otherwise I die. I'm pretty sure. And RT to boost, which I forgot about. Oh no, okay, I am good. I think that's just the thing in 3DS. My my bad memories, my flashbacks of that are still, you know, they're getting in the way of my real vision. You know, I have to appreciate Lost World's beauty, and yet here I am. Not judging it by the right book. Or something, I guess. I don't know. And of course, you can control these things. There's almost no reason to, but you can. I don't know why you can do so much random stuff that just never gets used in any other meaningful context like this. I'm gonna blow this up. Just you watch. Did nothing. Oh, there we go. That's more like it. Oh, I might as well spend the time getting to 100 rings then, I guess. Well, if I'm so close, then perhaps. There you are. No! Please. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, of course, I get to I mean, I haven't had to use the kick at all yet. For some reason, I thought you had to kick the cages. No, you can just homing attack them. See, for the most part, you get into the habit that there's almost no reason to use the kick, and then the game springs it on you that, oh no, there absolutely is a reason you need to use the kick. Oh, so close. Oh well. It's not like the backup's that bad. See, I've still got experience with Tropical Coast, but it starts falling off around about Frozen Factory. That's where my, hey, I want to run through Sonic Lost Worlds would finish back in the day. Well, I've had many other options to play since then, both on PC and off PC, so I've not exactly been starved for choice. Perhaps like I kind of was, you know, back in the days when the Steam library was only like 30 games as opposed to 300 games. Oh yeah, another good life grinding level if you feel like putting in the time. Is this Bridge Island? Welcome, Larry. No, this isn't Bridge Island. This is way better. Sonic Lost World. What a game. Speaking of Bridge Island, I saw you play more Superstars. How are you enjoying it? I saw unsurprisingly you're a fan of Trip. Can't possibly imagine why, but yeah, welcome. Thanks for taking time out your Superstars / Wonder schedule. So I think that's what everyone else is up to today, and that's perfectly fair. In fact, I could be playing Superstars, and yet here I am playing Mario Galaxy for some reason. I'm just taking the time to get a bunch of rings and power-ups, because why not? My playthrough, my rules. Last thing I did was something battle-related, but not battle. Ah, did you by any chance go into a little sub-menu and do a little customization? This isn't the end of the level, is it yet? I think there's... No, this is the end. I thought there was one more island, but... Can I... Oh, lovely! It's always satisfying to hit that one, because you have to really overshoot it. I feel like you just aim straight for the top, but nope. I saw the thing. Lovely. I did 2 and a bit playthroughs before I knew that was a thing. I really wish I'd known. You saw the thing. There's many things you could have seen that you could be referring to, but I think I know the one, so... Hope you're enjoying it. Oh yeah, here's the first roadblock. Okay. Right. Let's go to Zone 2. At least we get Juice Archipelago here. I mean, this is the zone of the good songs, right? First song's pretty good. This one's just a club banger, and of course, C-Bottom Segway speaks for itself, doesn't it? Everyone knows it by now. I saw Sonic Cyber. Is that Cyber Sonic? Have they actually on that note? Speaking of Sonic and Cyber, have they still confirmed whether his name's Cyber Sonic or not in Frontiers? I don't think they've gone on record still as saying what it is, but I'd absolutely take that for my money. Yeah, good stuff. Must be nearing the end now, so then you can get into some Mario at some point and go, oh yeah, this is a slightly better game, but Sonic's still great. You know, coming at with that, not apprehensive, what would the right term be? The critical yet fair mindset, which I think most people aren't approaching it with. Speaking of Sonic and Cyber is a hell of a sentence. Yeah. I'm scared. Come pick me up. I mean, I am skipping the cutscenes. I mentioned at the start of the stream, I did consider watching them just to compare the plot, since we've obviously had the change in writers. But I just want to eat dinner once this playthrough is done, so I'd like it to be like an hour less if I can help that, for sure. Right, this is going to have to take a beating, sorry. Actually, while I'm at it, why not get this red ring? Oh, denied. They knew I was going to try some hijinks. Where even is it? Good thing this isn't confusing or anything. Can't believe this is 10 years old. I know, I've not really talked about this story. I spoke about how I only ever really played it first with the PC version, but yeah, I actively remember this being like the new Sonic game, really looking forward to it, because well, this part was explained earlier as well, but didn't have a Wii U, didn't have a 3DS. So this was the first time I just kind of had to peer from the outside in at what was going on, and yeah, they really have turned this franchise around. It's interesting because it's so wants to do its own thing, but it so wants to be a classic game and a modern game at the same time. And I'm glad that we actually are allowed that distinction now. I think that's what this game probably taught them, is that they are allowed to have 2 separate branches and have it work, which they then abandoned again after Forces and Mania, but it looks like we're getting that again now. And I'm glad this kind of taught them that lesson, because I do actually quite like modern Sonic with all the classic sensibilities, but I think it is for the best that they separate and can both focus on different things, and therefore, in some cases, different audiences. Yeah, they've absolutely turned things around. This is I like this game. I do consider it a little guilty pleasure, but as a whole, there's been far better since then, or since this, for sure. Yeah, since I didn't really get to experience it, I spent 2 years before the PC port just watching it and going, this is a really nice looking game. It looks like it plays well, and obviously, well, that kind of changes when you play it. But I have some weird nostalgia for this 2013 kind of era of games. This was, you were still getting 360 ports and Wii ports, kinda, but we really were starting to move on considering Next Gen was out this year as well. So a lot of my nostalgia for these games, same with this and well, a lot of the early Wii U launch titles, Mario 3D World, Pokemon X and Y, is just watching them. It's a weird thing to be nostalgic for. My biggest gripe with this isn't good teaching what to do. Yeah, you don't learn anything at all. I get that some people probably complained too much about some games being handheldy in the Sonic series before this, but there is a severe lack of any explanation. I get, like, not wanting to ham-fist in a tutorial. Please just use the... Yeah, I get not wanting to ham-fist in, like, a tutorial that forces you through everything like we had in previous games to this point, but it does need something that isn't, like, the digital manual to teach you what to do. I mean, when it launched as well, I always forget it was in a really rough state, wasn't it? Because something like what I'm about to do right now had to be motion controlled. You couldn't use the joystick. That was a later patch. 100 rings, which I've been abusing all playthrough, didn't get you an extra life. Instead, you got extra life by pre-ordering from GameStop, I seem to recall, was the big controversy of the moment. Which, honestly, we've had so many, like, 99 Pokeballs pre-order bonuses since then that I kind of just forget about it. Come on. Come on and fight me. Oh, I have to actually have you on screen. Boring. Some games have always been going from one extreme to another, haven't they? Yeah, and to be honest, like I was kind of talking about on the show last night, that's honestly what keeps me a fan and keeps me more invested. I'll always play a Mario and know it's going to be good and look forward to it because of that, but the highs of Sonic are always higher because even a dip like this, I always find something to enjoy about it. I mentioned I wanted to play it 10 years on because it's... I know it's not a good game, but it is a bit of a guilty pleasure. I always have my frustrations when I play it, but I also have quite a bit of fun when I do play it. I always manage to find something good in the bad with this series, even with something like Forces. I can run through it in an afternoon and have a decent-ish time with like the character creator and just skipping through the levels and stuff. I always try and find my best even in the low points, and I think that's another thing that Sonic always has going for it, whereas it minus a few exceptions, the lows, for as low as they are a bit more tolerable. Like, you can still get a playable, fun experience out of them, even if it's not always for the reasons intended, I feel like. That's kind of how I saw this one. Once I played it enough, obviously that trial and error level design kind of fades away the second you know what you're doing a bit better. That was one of my points. I mean, if people are watching it on the replay, then they've already heard me say it as well. But my point was, after this game, that was the feedback that got again, was this was just way too much with the trial and error game design. So when everything else came out after it, I'd say maybe minus Mania, but even then, I don't think Mania was too difficult if you'd already played other games in the series. Every game was pretty pitifully easy for the most part. We were talking about how Forces... I was talking to myself about how Forces allows you to obviously have that difficulty option, but most of the time there's really no difference, and sometimes it's flat out more difficult on normal mode because of the limited amount of rings in some areas. So this was... I always love that camera angle so much. I mean, this level's just great. The second one I like enough when you get to know it, but it's tough. Yeah, I think that was the takeaway they learned, not to make things too difficult. So coming back at it from that 2023 perspective, 10 years on this week, actually makes it really interesting, because it turned 10 on Wednesday, so the day after Superstars, and you wouldn't have heard that part of my show, as would probably not most people, because they didn't want to get spoiled, but Superstars definitely has its really frustrating trial and error moments, just like this game had 10 years ago, and likewise, you and everyone else absolutely knows that's the same with the Final Horizon. So we're really starting to see them fall back into this level design trope that they set up here. So it's actually, from the game design standard, very interesting to look back now, since it's actually, the game design perspective is actually starting to resemble what we're getting again. because they shied so far away from it, and now they've gone, oh, no, we're actually just going to make the levels be as difficult again like they were in here at times. What is going on? What? What is happening? Okay, apparently I had a Twitch tab open and it just started autoplaying the front page. Right? I don't even remember having that open. Okay. I was so confused. It potentially might have been autoplaying the front page for ages. Hey Kev, welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good one. 10 years indeed. I imagine it's a little bit of a different perspective from your point of view on this one. But yeah, 10 whole years on Wednesday. Or at least the European release. The American one, for some reason, was 2 weeks later. And Japan was like 1 week later. Yeah, I feel like there's a good way to make Sonic difficult. I'm not sure how. I don't think trial and error is the right way as much as it is a gradual skill curve of what you've been introduced to gently throughout the game. Whereas the only level that slightly resembles that in this is, I would say... I'd say the second rail level, but even then, it doesn't quite prepare you properly for it. You know all the mechanics of the rail grinding because of the level I just played, but then you don't, because it throws completely different scenarios at you kind of thing. But that general idea really should have been what this one went for, and then for what everything else went for, it just kind of doesn't. This is the first one I knew nothing about, still never played it, lol. Yeah, I seem to remember that was the case. It's definitely a unique perspective. Probably not missing much. Probably one of the other reasons you've never played it. I mean, I'm sure there's many aside from that. I want to look up what is the final animal requirement. Sonic Lost World PC animal. Because it's different between versions, so I can't just guarantee that. So I can get that out of the way now, since I am quite a bit away from the final one. Let's see. Animals. The quota. Here we go. So the final total on Wii U is 7,000 for the hidden levels. It's 5,000 for the main game. 2,300 is the highest we need to get to in the PC version. Obviously altered because of the lack of the bonus stages. So, this is where my old friend Crime comes in. Funny you should mention it. Because it's 2023, 2 years ago, people managed to restore these guys. And when you know it, in the Wii U version, the absolute best way to grind stuff out once it came out is the Legend of Zelda zone. So let's hop into it. Let's do this now. I'm going to save the rest of them till the end, but this is kind of necessary. I mean, you can already see how many animals I'm getting just from rupees, but there is one particular section that's going to blow that out of the water. So yeah, 2,300. I already have 600, so quick maths, if you will, about to come in. So I'm just going to explore for a little bit anyway. I know where I need to go, and it's nowhere around here, but I'm just going to continue looking. Also, the one benefit you get of these Wii U things is it's just really nice looking. Dolphin? No, native to the PC version. No emulation on here. People managed to just hand port them. It was, like, very arduous from what I heard, kind of reverse engineering effort, but yeah, people just managed to hand convert them. So that's really nice. It was pretty big in the hacking contest 2020 and 2021. I think it took a year and a bit to do both of them, which just shows you the effort that some of these things take. But yeah, they're both available. I think Pete was talking about them on Twitter this morning. I linked him to all the mods I'm using. Oh yeah, you'd have no camera control. That's the one drawback. And well, I really hope they do more with this open zone Sonic stuff, right? I'm glad we got that eventually, but yeah, this was one of the things he was already using. I saw, because this is just taking the world by storm. How could it not? Right, let's go. So we want to be in the cave in particular, because this is just the goat for rupee grinding. Especially open zone with lush green scenery. Yeah, colours! Sorry, not colours, like the Sonic game. I mean colours as in they actually have a use of colours. It's amazing. Yeah, so this is flat out the best place to get rupees. Like, look at how good I'm doing already. I need to get to 2,300, so once I do that, I can just go straight to the end of the level. That's why I got some extra lives a bit earlier on, since I knew I was coming here. And bam! There you go. Easy game, easy life. I could spin dash through this, but I don't trust myself enough to actually hit everything, so instead we're taking this slow. Yeah, it's not so much lush green scenery anymore. This is feeling a bit more Lost World for sure. So I want, what, like roughly 1,700-ish, I think? And that covers me not just for the entire game, but for the hidden levels as well, so this would take significantly longer on Wii U, as you could probably guess, but you can still do this. I think in the 2017 playthrough that's archived on here, I do this immediately and never have to worry about this again. That's the one I did the day before Mania. In fact, it was like a couple hours before I got to play Mania. So, already a good chunk of the way there. Goes to show you how pitiful the animal requirements could be if Sonic Team weren't cowards. Right, guys? Oh, oops. Oh well. You can't do much to get out of the scripting there. We're pretty much there. Just one more and then we'll be good. So, I want you to do the death on this reset. I don't know, this DLC could have led to so much more, I think. They were never going to do anything further with, They were never going to do anything further with a Nintendo exclusivity deal, of course, but it would have been nice if they had ever done anything else to see more of this. Well, I guess they had, I guess they have Rise of Lyric, but that had... Well, not only did that remain exclusive, but that had DLC, but... Could have, been Nintendo-themed, but I think Nintendo wanted nothing to do with it. Sorry, I can't go to the end without a little bit of... Having played all of it, do you think we could get Superstars DLC? I don't really see much room for it, but Encore mode happened in Mania, so... It is entirely possible that it could, but... There's no, like, obvious, oh, this is clearly, like, DLC bait. Which, to be fair, like I said, Mania didn't have either, but it's not the sort of thing where I could easily speculate, because, oh, this thing exists, or something. There's nothing of the sort to speculate on, so it's just, like... at that point, it becomes, do I want it? And the answer's, yeah. I think it's worth it, ultimately. I have no issues with that main game whatsoever. The main game's great. I feel like we're trying to do the Mario thing of having stage gimmicks, stage-specific gimmicks that may pop back up in later stages, but I didn't get things right with ramping up the challenge when the gimmick returns. Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what I was trying to get across. Sonic having the Triforce is a bad frickin' idea. I mean, this man's, according to 06, the Destroyer of Worlds. So, also thank you Wii U font there. It's another one of the mods, just because they didn't want to pay the licensing or something, I presume, so they just changed the font to a generic one. That's fun. People restored that kind of recently as well. Yeah, it's only really got this love recently, because all the other mods were like, try to fix it by inherently changing the game design, rather than just get it to be the best version of what's already there. So I actually went way over there in the end. Oh well. Yeah, I like the idea of making it the best version of itself, like a better Sadex kind of thing, although this game deserves it way less. Don't get me wrong. I don't know, I always like the improvement mods. I appreciate if a port's not always up to scratch, then people go their way to fix it. They shouldn't be required to do that, but sometimes that's life. If you enjoy something enough, then you give the people what they want. Stages. Blech. Not as blech as what is to come, but pretty blech. But thank God for no motion controls or something, am I right? It's just like the 2D stuff in Windy Hill combined with the worst gimmicks of this one. Oh, I have to roll it, don't I? I do appreciate Lost World for some of the story beats. Yeah, it has a lot of potential with said story beats. Unfortunately, never really utilizes them well enough, but it's still an interesting dynamic that's... I mean, I guess if you're being pedantic, Frontiers kind of does the whole Eggman and Sonic teaming up thing again. It's more Sage and Sonic teaming up, but they do it. But, yeah, there's a lot of story beats that I think also... It's far from one of my favourite stories in the series, let's put it this way. But I don't think I'm as pedantic about it as some people, because I'll watch it once and skip it. If it's really that good, I'll watch it again. There's a few games that get that nice exception, but this was never one of them, and, well, I thought Colors was a better story, but even that never really got that privilege, so... For the most part, it's there to serve the gameplay, and in that case, if you skip them, it serves the gameplay pretty solidly, so... Can't mind too much of that. Favorite character traits are crazy, fat, old girl, and angry. Oh yeah, so true. Why don't we just combine them? Why don't we combine them into angry girl and angry and fat and crazy? Crazy's only the one. But still, point stands. Can I get all the way over there and just skip having to do this platforming? Probably not. Not too bad. Yeah, the Deadly Six, definitely another area for improvement. Don't forget emo and sadistic. The most creative tropes. And then you just get into the 2D Windy Seal stuff, but before then, bad gimmicks. Sonic screws up because he doesn't listen. Yeah, there's a lot of those type things. Eggman's awesome duck for you a moment. Yeah, I think, like... See, it's tough, because the actual moment-to-moment writing isn't great, but like you say, the actual story beats, the characterization is pretty close for the most part. Amy literally calling Sonic as she and Knuckles are about to die and say goodbye. Everyone dies and Sonic mentally has to process it. Yeah, in that way, in like the basic checkpoints list, I do think it does a lot of things better than the current iteration of that, which... This one does it a lot more lighthearted than Frontiers, let's be honest, but... It's Pontac and Graph. They still have to, you know, ham-fist in the jokes even in these moments, because otherwise it would be a little bit too much. Frontiers. Frontiers lightens the mood by references. This lightens the mood by children's cartoon comedy. Sonic messing up is a cool idea, because I think so many games just... Okay. So many games in this series are just immune to the concept of him ever having been a morally dubious character who doesn't always make the right decisions. It's an interesting concept to play with in a series so focused around one hero and his band of comrades who help him be the hero. Because, you know, his friends still do good, but ultimately they're doing good because of him, and he in turn does the good for them. You've never really seen it messed with. The only other time properly that gets messed with is, I mean, I'm sure maybe in Archie, but IDW definitely does a pretty good job of that for the most part. Yeah, Unleashed being the start so Sonic loses, and you have to explore a different kind of story rather than, wow, this guy's our hero, we just cope with that fact he's going to do it all. Prime explores that. See, I have not watched Prime. I need to get back on my Netflix subscription trademark. Let's just not spin dash here, because this is the biggest pitfall of this level and some ones as well. Yeah, Prime's entire thing is that, isn't it? You're totally right, I just forgot. Prime's entire storyline is kickstarted by the fact that he's just too cocky, which, you know, this game he is very cocky, and he does get a little bit of comeuppance, but not as much as Prime does, where everyone might be dead, might not be, who knows. Thanks. At least I got the checkpoint. I was getting so close to dying on that last checkpoint enough to actually trigger the Babby mode system, as I so politely call it, which, another thing we've not really had since, and I think I used it my first time through, and I've always tried to go against it since, but I don't know. For the most part, I get why they replaced it, because if you... See, accessibility options are always a good thing, but if you feel the need that the player is relying on them too much, which maybe they did, then, you know, it's always for the good that you try and work around it in a different way. Because it is... Oh, hang on, I'll answer that in a second, Larry, because that is very cool. Oh, God! No! But yeah, I don't know. There is always that, hey, accessibility features are a good thing, but at the same time, if the player is actively skipping your whole game, then maybe you should explore why they're skipping the game instead of letting them do that again. See, once again, something like Superstars, I'd say checkpoints is the big key there, because it mostly gets it right, except some key areas. This game has checkpoints in abundance and lets you skip the checkpoints you don't like, which, you know, could be a separate mode. You lock yourself into easy mode, and then you're stuck in it, and you get free passes like this. But no, I think in this case it was just, uh-oh, we overdid it a little bit, didn't we, guys? Did I see that the video of Sonic Prime commissioned a Sonic Advance remix of the Prime credits music? Yes, that is incredible. I saw that and grinned. He's a great guy for the most part from what I've seen, and in fact all of the team behind Prime look really good. It's obviously a shame that you couldn't get the original voices involved because of Canadian laws and all that. I actually think that's different elsewhere. I think the dubs unsurprisingly, it'd be quite difficult to do some language dubs in Canada. But I do think, for the most part, the other languages do actually keep their voice actors. I think Junichi is still Sonic in the Japanese version, from what I remember. So that's pretty interesting. It's just, yeah, laws. But they still pick really good people for the job. He did grow on me after the first episode. I mean, it helps that it's a bumper episode to give you time for that, but... Difficulty.jpg. Charge timing shot, my beloved. Where you at? Come on! Please! Oh, you're all the way up, aren't you? I'll say much, but I appreciate it. Prime seems very... very Sonic Rex E. Say, I know that person. Then Sonic F's up and Shadow is the one angrily dealing with his BS. Yeah, I'd not got to the point where Shadow reappears yet. I think that's Season 2, but I heard Shadow is an absolute mood in that show, so I'm so glad to hear that they actually remembered that they can write him in an interesting way. Because, once again, IDW does a pretty good job of it, but I think they're still figuring out in the main line what they want to do with him, don't they? Because there's... I mean, if there's anyone familiar with Sonic Boom's rules and regulations of Shadows, it's surely Mr. Last Minute Continue himself. I forgot there's a hidden stage here. I remember the one in Sky Road, but what even is this one? Well, let's get it out of the way. Oh, it is another flying one. Okay. Or is this the one that I thought was in Sky Road, because it uses Sky Road music? Maybe this is the one I thought was in there. Boom Shadows, I don't want to even be in this series mood was great. Well, yeah. a mood born through necessity, not from distinct choice. Well, it was a choice, but, you know, after everything else couldn't be made. Which is, it's a shame, but they seem to have got back on track with him. I mean, Sonic 3 is, of course, going to change and retcon things whenever that ends up coming out. I mean, what, we've got 2 months until that Knuckles show can come out. That's clearly not coming out this year now, is it? Though the licensing show in London that it was out, like, 2 weeks ago did say it was still coming out, but kinda feeling a little bit doubtful, considering there's still been no trailer. It was filmed, so that's not the problem. I wonder if reshoots were the problem, because it was filmed very close to the strike date. Yeah, definitely for sure that will create some questions, some new problems, some new answers, you know, all the Sonic series stuff, the rules and stipulations. But hey, according to Superstars, we did manage to hire the lore expert, so that's good. There's a lore expert and a supervisor as well, I believe, so thank God we're not just Pontac and graphing it and Googling the Sonic Wikia, which, from memory, is the actual thing they did, I seem to recall, in an interview. Or was that just angry, salty fans making that up? That could also be very realistic. That doesn't sound like Sonic fans at all. Also, yeah, one of the good points I will say in this game's favour as well, while we're going through the things that are kind of nice about it in some ways, I really like the soundtrack. Still to this day, like a top 5. I don't know if it's my favourite, but it's damn close. Top 3, actually, easily. Second or third, if not first. It goes back and forth tons, but... Oh no, there is another one, because there's one we have to deflect the bullets back, isn't there? I really like this one. I hear the complaint often enough that it isn't Sonic-y enough, but completely disagree. I think every zone is standout here. We never got round on uncutting Crew to the Vector episode, sadly, which is a pity, because according to Alan, we apparently called it right during development. But yes, the nonsense that Bill, Alan, and Greg were having to deal with is just ridiculous. Yeah, there was just no... there was just no idea what they were doing during that time, didn't they? I wonder if they were going through some restructures and the like, and, you know, maybe getting rid of crucial people who could have guided them through said messes. You know, if only such people were around, then maybe such issues with Shadow and causing Boom Writers problems could have been avoided. Who knows? We're kind of back on track now, though. It's just, well, only taken them 10 years. We were saying that in the game sense as well, that you really have come so far from this one, and knowing that you can separate classic and modern and do all that stuff in order to, you know, better appease to both parties rather than trying to appease to both at once. And we've actually had that revelation, I think, directly thanks to this game. So it's been a long 10 years since, well, short 10 years since then in comparison to before. You know, we don't have to generations it. We can just do these things separate, and it works perfectly. You don't... It took them till Superstars to go, we don't have to just rely on old zones. I know they're not exactly cutting edge, doing anything different, but they are, on paper, new. This was really the last time before that they were all new, right? Because everything else... Well, you know, we still had, don't get me wrong, a bunch of new zones, but also peppered in with Green Hill and Chemical Plant, etc., just to sell the batch. This was the last time they didn't feel the need to do something like that, so... Well, this was the last time for a while until Superstars that they didn't feel the need to pepper the batch. I guess you have Green Hill and Superstars from what I know through the battle mode, but main game, no appearances of Legacy levels for the most part, which is really nice. I say for the most part, I think it is. I just don't want to say it in case it's legally binding, you know, and all this stuff. Really turn the light on in a bit. Don't worry, we've got to the first step of progress where it should be. Please ignore the other first 8 steps of progress. Yeah. Every time we have goodwill, we throw it away. I mean, this nearly was another example of that, but I think if you look at it a bit closer now, you do notice the lessons that were learnt from it. But at the time, this was the equivalent of, what the hell happened? Why is this the step forward? And I really liked it at the time. Like I said, I think the downgrading in the complexity of the art style and taking things back to a bit more of a classical sense, on paper isn't a horrible idea at all, but... never got the balance which made everyone happy. You know, where's my city levels? I grew up on Sonic Adventure, where are they? And the like. I mean, we got that now, haven't we, mostly? Except we just have we have Grey Islands now with Frontiers. I'm abusing it for some reason, you know, verbally going at it, but I do like Frontiers quite a bit, but for sure, I wonder what lessons we learned from that equally when we look back on that in 10 years, or will we be roughly in the same direction with small tweaks? I don't legitimately know, but this resembles nothing that we've got, except in mistakes that we then corrected for the next 10 years. Oh, it hurts. It's rough being a fan, and yet it's the best thing ever. Speaking of which, this level was the first one I think I used the wing power-up on when I played this game. I had no idea how you did this. It's only through years of having played it that I know how you do this, and other similarly confusing things. The game's saying I can use the Wisp, but that feels like such a tight direction to get. Yeah, see, I've already missed it. So, back to wall running it is. Back to wonky parkour. Still deserved a second game. At least I don't die every time this happens. That's... Look for positives. Look for positives. Also, why... I still don't get why there's the 2 styles of spring in this game. They clash so much. What was... What was the reasoning for that? Okay, thank goodness I recovered that, because that was truly a crime. Okay, don't spin dash too much now, I've learned. I got a red ring for that, but why do I get a red ring for going the intended path? What? That was really the end of the level, okay. Told Turbo last night about Superstars when I was informed there was yet another new character. Sonic Team cannot help themselves and things like that. See, that's... every time they've introduced a new character recently, I feel like... Oh, they don't really do so in the game sense, do they? They left it alone until Superstars. I think Superstars is the first time that's kind of valid, not from the gameplay perspective, but from the hey, we got the guy back. We got Trip because we got the father of Sonic back. You know, I feel like it was that excitement of, oh my god, we can get him to design a character again for the first time in 25 years or whatever. You know, I think that's more Trip's existence rather than anything like, oh god, we need her to fulfill a story purpose because Larry, take your headphones off for 10 seconds. She doesn't do that. But I don't know. I think we got plenty of characters, so I always do eye roll a little bit. But they always tend to actually be worth it nowadays. I mean, hell, Surge is a new recent favourite of mine. through and through. I just bought a £10 print of her on Saturday. Speaking of which, hi Pete, welcome to the stream. But I playing the same game today? Yeah, I mentioned at the start of this that I had been intending to do the stream for a couple days, but couldn't. Just because I had a couple other things to do, but I did want to do a 10th anniversary stream for this, just as an excuse to play it again. And then I saw you talking about it on Twitter today, and I was like, oh no, are you streaming this game? It's just going to look like I've copied you directly, but no, I think you're on Discord or something with it, so whew, I'm safe. Side note, getting all the red rings here was torturous. Don't do it, kids. Probably knocking down to get achieves in the way in case of future RFG bollocks. Yeah, I had to back up my save file, thanks for no multiple save Steam. I had to back up that save file because I did nearly 100% it. I'm on like 60 of 100 achievements. So I didn't want to lose all that progress, because I probably, after the stream's done and I've eaten, will just sit and bang out the remaining achievements, because I'm doing the same on Superstars right now, and this one's in reach. I've done most of the difficult ones, so I might as well just hash out the rest for the rest of the evening. Yeah, how come you... RFG bollocks, why would you need the achievements? Start at 4, I'm currently at 47. So how I did this playthrough originally, that 100% one, was it was a charity incentive for one of J10's marathons. It was going to be Lost World 3DS, but I didn't have the... I had the equipment, didn't have the game. To keep talking over this walking stereotype. Yeah, because I didn't have that, I switched to 100%, and of course, then, when I had the equipment in the game, it became a race for good thing. But... I did that all in one sitting, so I started at like 3 PM and got to 60 achievements at about 4 AM, and when everyone's gone to bed, I'm tired, I give up. So to this day I've still not done it, but that's a reference of how arduous this game can be, and most of it's just small menial tasks. It's not like, oh, go back to the level and collect the red rings, because you can do the red rings honestly pretty efficiently, minus a couple. Yeah, the weird thing to me is that... I think maybe there's 3 or 4 achievements that equate to actually doing stuff in the main game. I think the rest of them are all that mission mode, of which they made 100 missions because you spent £30 on this on Wii U and you want something. Stuff like Forces, which is the bastard because you need to do multiple grinds for each animal, and again, 1 save file. Oh, I'm fully aware because you know what? I did it. Not on PC, I did that on PS5. Nowadays I'm kind of moving all this stuff over to PC because I prefer playing on PC, yet still kind of prefer Platinums over PC. But, I don't know, there's that part of me that's like, well, I just prefer playing on here, so I should just suck it up and prefer Perfects instead. But yeah, I did that all the way over on PS5. Torturous. Some of those levels can just... Oh, that was my fault. Some of those levels can get in the bin. Absolutely. There's just no need, and the ring grinding one, I played Imperial Tower 50 times after doing the rest of the other ones. Doing it to be the... Oh, I wasn't even looking, I was reading the chat. I was just doing it to be the stereotype in my Discord, being this token Sonic fan. Yeah, you got to have 100% of all the games, because you enjoy this thing. You must have played them to their full completion, right? I never actually finished Colors Ultimate. I intended... I'm gonna get the wing achievement, or the wing thing now, aren't I? Yeah, there it is. I refuse. Yeah, I started Colors Ultimate, but never finished it. The S ranks were... S ranks were the worst part of that. Oh, really? You only get it to appear once? I thought it was more. I think I got to Asteroid Coaster Metal Race and noped out. Was it that bad? Because S ranks were all... Why can you even do that? I know you're not meant to jump around them. I know you're meant to hit them. I'll just do it. I just wanted to do so because I completely forgot you could do that until about a few seconds ago. Yeah, I don't remember that one being that bad. There was one of them that I struggled with, but not horrendously so. I haven't played Ultimate, I have Dolphin on my deck. I'm still so sad about that. Colors is one of my favourites. I know it still gets shit because 2D game, it sucks, you know. The youth of today don't like Colors or whatever, which makes me feel weirdly old saying that I don't feel like I fit into that crowd. But I don't know, I always had a soft spot for Colors. It's just a 2D puzzle platformer. Treat it like that, and you have a lot more fun with it than trying to equate it to Generations and Unleashed. And therefore, it's always been one of my favourites, because it was just a weird budget Wii game. It wasn't anything bigger than that, so treat it as that. And then, of course, it came to everything. It had a thing. It's not the problem I have with Colors, and I do love it, is not the real levels, the in-between stuff. I don't even mind the in-between stuff that much, especially from the perspective of Super Mario Galaxy! Yeah. I don't even mind it from that perspective as much. When you learn that those levels were kind of intended to be like how they're handled in Unleashed, then I had a lot more sympathy for them, to be completely honest. Surprised she's like... I think it's just because I've spoken over it, but she's mostly refrained from, you know, being a stereotypical woman so far for this fight. She normally has, like, all those voice lines, doesn't she? Walking stereotypes, the characters. Let's see. Please. Okay, that works. I remember Colors compared to the other Wii games is canon to the story. I'd rather the other Wii games be canon to the story. They're actually very good stories when I went back to them kind of recently. I mean, well, Black Knight's the send-off to the Adventure co-writing team. Going for Red Rings makes some of the levels better. Some Aquarium Park's not on the list, but oh dear. Aquarium Park, Act 4, Red Ring 2. I think I did it on my first try in Ultimate. I definitely did not on the Nintendo Wii. It took me hours. Oh god, I forgot about it. Oh, I forgot about it. It's so beautiful. Especially in more, yeah, especially in the simplistic acts. I can absolutely see that. It gives you something to strive towards in those acts. In Discord, cracking through this, we want to top bollocks when you're done streaming. Might do. As I say, my intention is to go and eat after this, but if you're still cracking through, then I might end up joining. So dumb, I love it. This game has moments like that, and when it has that little bit of character, and you know, not just character that comes from the way characters are written or anything like that, but when it has that little humour put in by the game devs, I really like it. Speaking of which, this level, genuinely still, even now that we have the pinball level in Frontiers, still some of the best pinball in a Sonic game. It's really solid. I don't know why it's just here. And nowhere else. They didn't really use this beyond this. I think it's based on Casino Night? No, Hero Bop, though. It's a good song, though. This, only the Sega Lounge OGs will remember this. Okay, that works. I don't really get to show you the pinball. I hit, like, one flipper, and then the game did it for me on the second retry. Yeah, I mean, that's still a great song, but, oh, come on. The fact that you get the Fantasy Zone song is just stellar. And hey, the fact that, actually, no. Let's abandon that one. Some people might be able to guess what I'm going to say there. Oh yeah, of course, the chip system. Oh, it's sad. I know there's only one pinball, but for a second. Oh, sorry, if you remember the Colors seizure glitch that everyone pinned on Ultimate, well, one, you could do that in the original Colors. Two, you could actually do it in here. You could do a very similar glitch in the pinball section in the Wii U one until it got patched. I don't know if there's still a way around it. I've heard that there potentially is, and you can still do it on PC. But it was very easy to trigger in the Wii U version, for some reason. Horses probably will be the last true casino zone in the Sonic game. Is that really unfortunate? Because we still get the pinball stuff, and I more associate pinball with Casino Night and the like than I do anything else. I mean, Carnival Night is still kind of casino-y as well, without strictly being a casino. Even if you're wanting to look back on the original games, you know, so... I don't know, I think it's, as you say, it's the... As you said before, it was the best of both worlds, really, from that perspective. I'm just going through. Yeah, I think that's the best way you're going to find round it, short of giving yourself a stupid rating for no reason. Which, I feel like you're not curbing... I get why those rules exist, and I'm absolutely actually all for them. I mean, I don't think that's that controversial of an opinion, honestly, in the modern gaming landscape, but I'm all for them, but there are just completely frivolous things like that blocks. Like, no one's getting into gambling because of Casino Night. It's not happening. I mean, maybe you could argue that people are getting into gambling because of the Game Corner. I doubt it, but you could attempt to argue that. Casino Night just isn't. There's gotta be... Like the slot machine replacement in Supercell takes more effort. See, I was never even that big on the slot machine. It just equates to just sitting there for ages, like in real life, waiting for the jackpot, which most of the time is, what, 1 life, maybe, is the real gross benefit you get out of that? That's about it. Wasn't much more of significance to me aside from that. But I don't know, I think it's a clever solution to a problem that probably doesn't need to exist. Because the solution is for a problem that does exist, but doesn't really curb the problems that it's trying to fix, to be honest with you. I mean, you saw Pokemon get re-released as a 12 on the eShop. When was the last time you saw a FIFA get a 12 with significantly worse mechanics, you know? It just seems to hinder the the actually innocuous examples most of the time. Jackpot was the worst achievement in Sonic 3 Air. See, I bet there's loads more, but I did the achievements day one, and I don't remember any one of them really giving me too much of a problem, but I'm sure there's loads more. But back before there was complete save files on the internet, because it was a brand new thing that launched the same day, I went through that and got all the achievements just to get all of the unlocks and stuff. I mean, Sonic 3 Air is still incredible. I haven't played it since Origins came out, to be honest, because I'm not that fussy. I'll just stick a music mod on Origins and call it a day, but it's still incredibly impressive. I'm still kind of waiting for some ports, because that would justify its existence to me a whole lot more. You know, that's how I'd play it. If that PS Vita port that people kept threatening once they got the source code finally happens now that they do have it, I mean, I'm all over that. Absolutely. Day one. Get me through the door. But we've not seen anything like that to my knowledge yet. I don't know what we've seen. I think we saw people fix the Switch port that already existed officially. That was about all I remember coming from the release of the source code. Which is a shame. I remember this one being pretty poor after this point, so let's see how we go, because we are in the point of the game where I bite my tongue and keep silent on the rage front, because it's honestly fine. I'm more nervous for Lava Mountain than anything. Jackpot achievement was in the base game or Achievements Plus. Oh, okay. That sounds like a pretty cool achievement if people added... Oh, sorry, a pretty cool mod if people added more achievements, if that's kind of what you're insinuating there. You're not insinuating anything, you're just naming a... you're just naming a piece of content. I don't have to be so cryptic about it. Oh! Oh! Oh, thank you, Sonic Lords, for saving me. I also thought that was going to count as a hit, so that was a pleasant surprise. Once again, really solid 2D control in this game. Sure, the parkour has its issues that really wanted fixing, but I have no complaints with how he plays in 2D. And as a whole, parkour, was it refined? Honestly, might be my favourite sort of... parkour might be my favourite sort of gameplay style. More than Boost. I really think it complements Sonic's character and general pre-existing classic moveset really well. Just, you know, same deal. Never going to get more of it. I know 3DS handled it better, but it handled everything else worse, so that doesn't count. Adds the retro achievements set and support for other mods to have their own achievements. But does it let you unlock retro achievements through Sonic 3 Air? The big question. You can get me through the door right now to play that if it does, because I kind of want to do some more retro achievement stuff. Parkour is fine. Yeah, it's just fiddly around the edges is my biggest complaint with it. I mean, what the fuck just happened there? Good timing. Yeah, I guess. That is very true, actually. I hadn't really considered that, but you are right. There are some parkour elements in... Why does this keep happening? Why does he keep running up the side of the wall? Just a secret drop dash thing in the 3D stage. The game doesn't tell you shit. Yeah. This game and Frontiers, but no, this game in particular really has a habit of not telling you how to do anything and just figure it out on your own, bucko. This we'll be seeing really coming up at an alarming rate from now on. Oh yeah, I totally forget that I have the item bag. I already have 2 items and I've not felt any temptation even close to using them. Oh, there's a reason I don't remember this boss fight, because it's completely inconsequential, that's why. Oh, she said makeup, she said it! Oh, stains, it's like makeup. Oh, did we miss the cutscene? What? Is it Thug Eggman by any chance? I think we might have. This is so sad. Dude's hard as fuck. Not like that. We're trying to do the perfect Zim level. ATM. Wild. Let's go. I'm sorry that you don't have anything better to do with your life. Isn't it also the one where he punches the wall? That's what I was referring to. That's why he's hard as fuck. See, Silent Forest starts off alright enough, but it quickly nosedives in quality. That's Savage Eggman, okay. Oh! See, this game does have excellent moments of writing, but not for the reasons it wants. I remember at the time, because I would have been, what, like 11, 12 when Lost World came out, thinking, oh my god, the Eggman punching the wall scene is so... It's a sign that they're making these games darker, and I remember that being a big thing at the time, was that, you know, Pontac and Graph are too light, we want the games darker, okay, Eggman punch the wall, and I'm being like, ooh, we're actually making this game dark, and then, it's so quickly, upon, you know, realizing, you know, that it was just tragic, became one of the funniest things. You have so many good moments of writing in this game, for all the wrong reasons. Ah, oh, you are not very nice, sir. So at least say your manners and please and thank you before snapping me up, you know? Not appreciated. Okay. Fine. I don't need the animal capsules. I don't know why I'm going out my way for it. Force of habit. Pitbull HD looking wild. Come on, don't insult Pitbull like that. What was it, the GameCube one that sucked? That might be bad, but I mean, come on. It doesn't deserve to be brought down with this filth. Also, the NES one's pretty dire, isn't it, supposedly, or something? Once more, just what a soundtrack. Really still a favourite, even now. Almost every stage song I remember pretty vividly, in comparison to the actual stages themselves, which I try and forget about if I can help. Oh, there you are. Like, every song in this game is just great. It's a better soundtrack than his game. It's what's the meme? It's a $60 Sonic game. Oh, sorry, it's a $60 Sonic soundtrack with a free game. There you go. I mean, it was like a 3-disco, wasn't it, in Japan? I think that it's probably not far off being a $60 Sonic soundtrack in general. Over we go. Oh yeah, right, rail grinding. We can do that in this game in levels that aren't the underwater levels. we got to shoehorn it in. Make sure they remember. Yeah, it's 3 volumes on Spotify, so I assume so. Hey, nothing now beats the 6, technically 7 or 8 from. Wait. Yeah, so it's 6 for the original Frontiers. How many is the DLC soundtrack? I can't remember if it's 2 or 3, or if it's just the 1, maybe even. Alright, I'm just gonna quickly check my messages. Oh, it's 2 discs, so we got 8 discs of Frontiers. Eggman, you buy it. Is that one? We're just into banger after banger in the cutscene department right now. Oh, no way. He's emo and edgy. Oh, great song. Also, the Bayou Drums version is just even better. Too bad the stealth level sucks. Too bad this game sucks. Yeah, 2 discs are on Spotify, 8 discs for that game. Sonic Frontiers keeps the tradition of the best part of the game being the music. Sonic Superstars, in a way, even though that soundtrack's getting shit right now, there is a lot of good music on there. It just, critically, minus like 2 exceptions, does not have the name Jun Sonoi as the arranger. His compositions are fine. I think most of the tracks there, ones like T-Lopes, Threw It Out the Park, I think are actually composed by Jun Sonoi. Just arranged by T-Lopes. I think just anything arranged by him is the kiss of death. There were like maybe 2 tracks that I really like that he also arranged. Emo and Edgy, who said he could have 2 personality traits. The girl has angry and girl. Look, he can have 2 if he wants them, damn it. Also, why is every Wisp introduced since Colors just sucked? This one's so bad. Best Wisp, really? That better be sarcasm. Please say Psych right now. It just dropped you over a bottomless pit. It doesn't do anything else. Like, whoo! Frontier stuff is just reimagined from the island themes. Yeah, a lot of it is. It's not wrong. In fact, half of those discs are just the 10 movements of each island. I think each one has like 10, right? I'm not making that up. I'm pretty sure that's a thing. I remember it being excessive when I was looking through the game rip before the album actually came out. From memory, I can actually spin dash on this? Nope. Okay. You can, I think, but with more effort than I'm willing to put in. I mean, the quick to anger could be considered part of the girl stereotype. Oh, true, true. Those girls do be angry, though. I am very smart and clever. Same amount of bowel movements I have in a day. 10. 10. Damn, that's excessive. If you considered, if you considered speaking to the old docs about that. I mean, as long as it's not too few, then at the end of the day, do what you want, you know? They tell me to eat healthy. That is not a bad piece of advice. It's an obvious one, but it's always a banger. Always eat your greens, kids. In my case, my greens are probably... Oh no, I was going to say the jalapenos on my pizza, but no, none. Probably take that many on a slow work day. No, it's not the volume of shits at work. It's the... Can't believe I'm having this conversation. It's not the volume of shits, it's the length of shits, right? That's one for the clip books, isn't it? That's the key. The 30-minute comfort break is a way of life. And not for a short YouTube video. Now you're speaking my language. Oh, that was close, okay. I don't need to hide here, but I'm just doing it anyway. Committed to the bit now. Why am I playing this so cautiously? It's pretty, for the most part, not good at tracking you. True, that's it. I'm crawling back into bed. End of stream. Okay, fine. It's another one where I really struggled to remember what to do initially. Seti wishes he was our boy Larry. True, not a crack on my guy. Also, it's not Larry, but we are getting a Clive Pokemon card, TCG card. That made no sense, but yeah, there's supposedly a TCG card of Clive coming in. Our guy. Trainer cards, something like that. I don't know anything about Pokemon cards. I've purposely kept out of it because, I mean, the in-laws about 2 weeks ago just gave us a Mario Panini book. That's already dangerous enough. I'm not getting into Pokemon cards as well. £5 a packet? Fuck that. Got him. Yeah, this is like really the first instance the kick is required is this world. I'm glad I got Wonder at Game. What'd you get from getting it from Game? I'm a little sad that I got it digital because there's so many good physical pre-order bonuses, but to be honest, I am going somewhere with 2 games tomorrow, so I am going to try and get it. Anyway, same with the Superstars stuff. Superstars and Detective Pikachu also had some pretty good game exclusives, so that's nice. Also, Deadly Six theme is, I mean, how many other Sonic games you get a violin and a banjo in the same song? I'm all here for it. What did I get merch-wise from Sonic Fan Fest? Not from the event. I got... I saw your haul. Yes. Let me actually pull up the picture right now, because it's going to be difficult to remember otherwise. It's on Twitter. Sorry, x.com. Sorry, xxx.com if you're on my profile. Let's go ahead and find the picture real quick. Okay, first of all, I've got Dancing Pete. Thanks. So I got, 3 Lego sets. 2 are the Brickhead weird things, which I still haven't found any room for out here yet. One is the Sonic Lego with the launcher, because they were displaying it in the Lego shop. They were showing it off. They had like a table full of the Sonic goods. They presumably knew what was coming their way. So I'll I'll just show this on screen real quick. I can be a good streamer and actually just show you this. Image SFF. Whereabouts is it? Is it this one? No, it actually isn't that one. Just well, I didn't show that. Okay, right. Here we go. So, oh, okay. It's just not there anymore. Fair enough. I actually want to know what this one is, but I feel like it's a danger to show it on stream. It won't be nothing bad. Oh, it's just a screenshot of Tren. Right, okay. Okay, here you go. Don't get Sonic Lego. Well, I do, and that's what counts. Yeah, so the set right here in the top left, I can't mouse pointer at it, unfortunately. This one right here is just a main set. They were showing it off in the store. Thought it was pretty cool. You can bash the little button there that you can see. 2 of the Brickhead things, the Superstars poster, obviously, the comic, obviously, Surge is cool. The disgusting Tails Rouge Abomination. Got the extra. This guy, I don't know why I'm circling it. You can't see it. It's not going to change it. This guy right here. Look. Ooh. Plus, Beth got that big. It is actually Whisper, isn't it? Yeah, you're right. I hadn't considered that. It's a big. I can't think of the keychain. But it does actually move, so all the fish move inside the keychain. It was really cool. That's Beth's, and Beth's is also the Blaze. And I did get one more. It's rolled up there. I got a Metal Sonic print, because I'm predictable as ever. Both of those still waiting to go up. I'm actually going to the game tomorrow, because I'm going to IKEA first, so that's to get the frames for these guys. But yeah, there you go. Not exactly a great streamer. I'm putting this all over the place, but... I didn't realise the Defect playset they released essentially is Sonic 4 Episode 2 merch. It literally is. It's baffling. There's more Sonic 4 Episode 2 merch released in 2023 than there is Sonic Frontiers, toy playsets, and the like. You know, I've not seen a... I'm sure that is like Frontier shirts on the US Sega shop or something. Not seen a single one sold anywhere. I've seen more Sonic 4 merch. Shocking, I know. I'm really tempted to get that playset, though, because... for as shit of a final boss as that is, I do love it design-wise. Oh goody, it's a cavern. Oh yeah, let me actually move that off my screen. Okay. Suppose you didn't get the Frontiers War Scroll? I completely forgot. I saw the Wall Scroll and really liked it, and then forgot. And it sounds like, I mean... See, I don't remember, Pete. You just said you were staying in the area in Bristol, right? Were you staying with Jamie, because I heard their arcade plans got a little bit screwed up. I only heard today that the arcade managed to successfully get its power back on Thursday, so I don't think they had a very good arcade meetup on the Sunday. Probably just as well you didn't stay for that. I was already off in the good old land of cheese. We were in Cheddar Gorge by that point, but never got to go to the arcade. It's so sad. Wait, you went to it? You did? Oh, I thought you'd already gone by that point on Sunday, or did you go because of that? Oh, okay, fair enough. What do you even do with this guy? I still don't remember what the intended solution here is. I think I just ran past him last time I did this. Why does this look breakable if you can't break it? Yeah, I had no idea, because I saw you went home really early on the Sunday, so I assumed you didn't go. You probably just went, nah, fuck this, I'm out. Back up north. 6 hour Herney Jome. Yep, that's totally what you said. Yeah, that is, that's pretty rough. I still don't know how I'm meant to do this. I think there's a laser that you have to use, but I just can't see it. Or do you just kick him? No, you can't kick him. I'm pretty sure you can't homing attack him. I mean, I'll quite happily take what was our, like, 3.5 to 4 hour journey home over that. To be fair, well, I'm guessing it was a train. Did you have many changes? Because that's still a pretty... I don't know. I'm a sucker for a good train. I tend to now get them once every month at this point. Like 2-3 hours across the country. Car, oof. Tried to go to Fan Festival, I totally forgot it existed. You're not the only one. I actually heard that a lot on the Facebook comments. Then you could have looked at me, you could have looked at me in the corner when Simon wasn't there, looking completely lost, as someone like TJ's crew asked me to press a button that I didn't know. Alright, homing attack now. Yeah, that's the problem. That's why I didn't know you could homing attack it. That too, but... What do you mean this game has jank? I don't see any jank. Getting the social presence off Facebook, please, dear God. I mean, their Facebook's always really good because, you know, there's no post limit. Give me a second. You know, there's no character limits. That's always really good for long form posts, which is always the updates they do. It's like a 7,000 word since we last met update, usually. Oh, I get what I'm doing. That's from the southwest. It would have been relatively easy. I mean, Callum came across the border from Wales, and it was relatively easy, so... Yeah, definitely would have been pretty easy for you. But, I mean, I don't think it's going back to Bristol, so it might be a bit difficult, but hey, Bristol's always a fun time. There's always reasons for the squadron to hop down, I guess. Uh-oh. Parkour saved me? That's rare. Normally kills me. Oh, goody. Here we go. We're entering the final bruh moment of Sonic Lost World. Lack of checkpoints, wouldn't you know it? Every time Dave goes to the Sonic to the southwest, the next day is always like, cheese. Oh, you know it. Like, immediately upon, hey, do you want a lift? It was, by the way, we're getting cheese the next day. Immediately. There was no turnaround time, and I was like, okay, I don't know how else I'm getting there, so I guess cheese it is. And the result was I didn't really spend any time in Bristol at all. All the time in Bristol was in the convention centre or the hotel. But hey, I did enjoy the cheese day. It was pretty fun. I don't know if this story went out onto social media that people actually check that isn't Facebook. But we went to... Oh, God. We went to an escape room that reopened and did actually manage to get the fastest time that they'd had. So that was fun. We did rep with Team Sonic, apparently. That wasn't my choice of name, but we all seemed to enjoy it enough, so... They sent me the pictures. Well, Pete got them, but Alori definitely didn't get them, unsurprisingly. They didn't even make it to Twitter, let alone the contemporaries, you know. Ah! Let the torture end, please. Christ, take me away. If there is a god left in this world, it would take me away from Sonic Lost World. Deliver me from temptation and never make me play this game again. The only reason I got them was because gave Dave menu address. Lovely. Lovely stuff. You can visit like 6 hours away or however long it ends up being, you know. And then you can go, do you know what? We're even further away from cheese. We're actually probably 6 hours away from the cheese rather than... Directions are difficult, okay. You know, we're 6 hours away from there, but you know what? Come on, buddy, let's go and get the cheese. It happened last time as well, but I'm at my limit. I'm just genuinely there. This level is not good. This is where I begin to regret a playthrough normally around here. I don't think I'm that far away from you guys these days. In what way? Because you said you're up north, right? When you say you guys, do you mean from me and Dave, or do you mean from my other lodgings? Because you're probably actually not horrendously far from my other lodgings. So, I mean, switch my brain off from playing. I'm between York and Newcastle. You'd definitely be closer to my other lodgings for sure. Because, I mean, whenever I'm not here, I'm Midlands, so probably not horrendously far. I mean, with those two, you've at least got good transport links. I don't know about where you are directly, but certainly with York and Newcastle, it's pretty easy to get about if you wanted to do the vice versa, or people wanted to come to you, potentially. That's always not too bad. Okay, are we good? 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 Oh, I have to go to York to do anything. Yeah, sounds familiar. I too love living in the middle of nowhere. It's great. See, down here in the southeast isn't too bad because you're right outside London. Like, it's a... See, it's a 20-minute train to London, but it's a £15 each way, if not £20 train to London. So it's not that far to get somewhere where you can get good and cheap transport. But to get to the place to get good and cheap transport is where you get nickeled and dimed, you know? Whereas it's like, what, Grantham or Nottingham are the two best places to get transport from up in the Midlands. They're like the two places you kind of have to go if you want to escape. Okay, Zone 4, this one's even worse. His smile and optimism, gone. Swindon, I mean, yeah, Swindon's not bad for that sort of thing, exactly. But I know yours, yours is a ghost town even more than all of ours. By the way, I don't think it's intentional, but we do love the British plug sockets. Thank you, Sonic Team. I'm pretty sure for some of these you can just go above and skip a bunch of it, right? It wasn't actually that impressive, but I think for some of the later ones it becomes a bit better. See, on paper this is a really cool level to play, it's just not a fun one to actually play. Because once again, you've got that really solid, fluid, in my opinion, 2D movement, and then it's just so many things that the grapple latches onto for the... Oh, yeah, it's my favourite line. True. I am committed to the emo lifestyle. I can never enjoy anything ever from now on. Sonic Lost World taught me. This game turning me... Oh! That's right, it's the checkpoints. It's the killer. I mean, see, when I played this on PC, obviously we had the patches to detie this game from the motion controls. Why did they, on Wii U, never Pro Controller support it? Why was that a thing? Why was it stuck on the gamepad? While we're at it, Rise of Lyric isn't free from this. There's no reason that Rise of Lyric should have been gamepad only. I played that recently, I don't remember anything that required motion controls. Maybe 1 or 2 bits, but like, really? Weird. Weird team at the time. Nintendo's like, hey, the gamepad's the shit, can you please use it? It's so weird going from Wii U to Switch, because there were so many of those games that could have used the Pro Controller really nicely, but they didn't. And it's such a contrast to Switch, where, like, unless it's touchscreen needed, everything can play with the Pro Controller. Still don't play Rise of Lyric? Good. The way that I heard most community members experience TM the game was Dave's house. And just suffering through it together. Which, you know, I was not around at that point in time. I was but a wee annoying child in the thorn of the community side. Oh, was it your house, was it? I seem to remember something else, one of the other games was around. It was your house, but you still didn't play it. You just watched other people play it. I remember one of the others was around there, but I can't remember which one. Yeah, look at the amount of Wii U games, the perfect home run to put to other platforms. Nintendo were never too bad. It was every other company. I don't know if there was like some weird mandate, like please use the gamepad as much as possible. Lewis played it, got stressed. I mean, for Lewis to get stressed, that's pretty bad. Had Dave, Claire, and Phil. Oh, the Squadron playing the world's greatest video game. You got the crack team. Oh, sorry, the cracked team. Or should I say, the team desperate for crack at that point. I don't know if I would have made it through that. I only made it through it for the first time last year, ahead of... Weirdly, I said, aside from Unleashed, it's the Sonic game that Frontiers was most going to resemble. And I'm weirdly not wrong. There's a lot of borrowed... because obviously it's more of an emphasis on an action game. It's the only one that really was an action game to that point, maybe minus Unleashed again. So that was about one of the few games you could really look and point at as being something that you could use as a baseline? Yeah, use all the features mindset from Wii DS. Don't get me wrong, there are many Wii games that could have done that as well. Avatar with the Whip is probably the closest. What, to Rise of Lyric? I mean, the Enerbeam. Wasn't there that theory that it might have been Boom Sonic at one point, and then it was the Avatar? I've never heard that solidly backed up, but it feels very plausible, because it literally just is the Enerbeam, isn't it? Okay. I don't know to which count, but I can guess to both. Force's idea was meant to be all Avatar. Really? Okay. That's just one of those rumours that people pass around, but I guess the only reason it ever does have credence is because of those similarities that do exist, of which there are a decent couple. You could transplant him in there and relatively have it work. Obviously, you lose the customization stuff, but hey, isn't there bandages in the customization stuff, I seem to recall? At least we're allowed to reference that era of Sonic and pretend it doesn't exist anymore. Don't get me wrong, it might be for the better that we don't at times, but... yeah, swings and roundabouts. Okay, fine. I won't go up there. The reason Sonic exists is someone at the table is like, why is it called a Sonic game without Sonic gameplay? Wasn't that kind of the Silver thing from 06? Wasn't Silver's gameplay originally going to be its own thing as well? And it was like, can't justify this without Sonic, stick it in a Sonic game. So wasn't it just like an engine test for how much you could mess with the Havoc physics engine, and it just went like, oh, we'll turn this into a full thing, and then it was, oh, we can't justify this thing. I mean, come on, Billy Hatcher. Billy Hatcher Katamari, you sat right there. Yeah, that makes way more sense from the 06 point rather than from that point. This one I remember. One of the worst decisions they made was the voice line restarting at every checkpoint. Lava Mountain can eat my arse. That's the one I remember being the worst for that. See, I'd say the Avatar's the best thing about Forces, but I mean the customization's the best thing. And then they looked like they were going to plant it just onto Sonic, because of the Colors Ultimate stuff, which I thought would have been such a good idea, and then we just didn't get it. Oh, I'll have no rings after a checkpoint? Oh, you and me both. That works. The Avatar is the best thing then. I mean, I like the Sonic levels. I'd say that's the bit I like the most. Also, can't you break this on PC and not on Wii U? I seem to recall something about that, this fight. Oh, boring. Music with customers. I mean, the music's the greatest. I said this is like up there for one of my favourites, along with Forces. Forces just has... Really? Forces just has a great variety of songs. Something something Infinite Bout 2. So good. That's why they call it Bout 2. So good, you gotta hear it twice at Sonic Fan Fest, of course. Yeah, the Forces classic stuff gets shat on way too much. The Death Egg Forces song is probably one of my favourite classically styled songs. The melody really carries it. I don't even think Green Hill's that bad. It just carries the kiss of death of it being called Green Hill and not being Green Hill. If it was any other, like, similarly looking stage, like, I don't know, Turquoise Mound Zone, then it would be fine. I think you mean Sand Hill. True. See, Skyroad starts out so promising. It's like, oh, we're doing Windy Hill again. Okay, this could be too bad. And then you just get bogged down by the stupid sand levels later on, and it goes all wrong again. Oops. Officially 50% on Lost World. Godspeed to you, sir. It's a tough battle, but I believe in you. Oh, of course, you gotta do the kicks. Or do you just homing attack these guys? I think it's kicks, right? No, it's just multiple homing attacks, isn't it? That's right. Perfect missions are worded badly. Are you using the Steam guide? That's the one I think I used at the time. It tells you like the best locations to grind the specific missions, I believe. As well as any hints that you might need for actually finishing them. I remember that one being way more helpful than trying to do them on their own. Because the in-game descriptions just were like, you're on your own now. Can't get hit on the bosses. Okay, so you can get hit on the levels, but not the bosses. Is that what you're saying? I'm using the guide. Good, yeah. That's the way forward. Okay, that makes sense. I can't remember if I did those ones, but if I haven't... I mean, I could just look at my Steam achievement list and find out pretty quickly. But if I haven't, then that's a good shout. Thank goodness. Weird camera angle is weird. No. Also, more more Honeycomb Highway stuff. I sure hope we'll see this again. Clueless. Still haven't added any of those other mods, by the way. I'm not really bothered too much. That's completely fair. I definitely see the difference myself, having seen the comparison screenshots. And I'm the sort of person who likes to turn those things on if they make the experience marginally better. It's interesting, because I never knew so much went wrong in the PC conversion. I always thought it was a relatively competent one, but you do see it and it's like, oh, half the visual effects are just missing. That's what one of them fixes in particular, and it's like, how? I get how. There's a technical explanation by the guy who made it as to how they probably missed it. They just thought all the depth of field stuff was one and it wasn't. It was two categories or something. But yeah, you look at the comparison, like half the visual effects are missing on PC. It's so odd. Like, it's easy to miss, but also not. It's strange. Cheers, love. Please don't make me do this again. I'll just go around the back sooner than doing that again. Let's see. That works. You have to show me later. Yeah, there's like a Twitter thread or something that shows it off. It's pretty drastic. Obviously, it doesn't impact the gameplay too much, and it's the kind of... It's the kind of thing where if you don't know what you're looking for, then obviously it's not going to impact you. So you're never going to know the difference unless you've seen it, because, oh, it looks fine, and that's perfectly fair, because it's clearly fine enough for Sonic Team and Sega Europe to never notice it. But, you know, it's like, oh, once you see it, it's like, geez, yeah, that is pretty excessive for the most part. Okay, kicks better there, or is it the same? I don't know. I don't really care either. I lost all the shits to give a long time ago. After that sheep rammed me off, to be precise. So why can't you homing attack the big springs? That's another thing I never got. Not that I need it, because as I just saw, I could get away with not doing that, but... Why can you not when they're in plain sight in some instances? Sure, most of the time they're on the end of the tubes, but still. Just don't understand why they thought we needed Caterkiller back. I was begging for it. This is what we need. This is what Generations was missing. It was trash in comparison because of that. Boing, boing, boing. I actually like the cloud stuff as well. I think this is one of the nice gimmicks. You just use it twice and then never use it again. Oh, okay. That is. Come on, fire. Fire! Yeah, but in return, in the sand level, it also gave us back the snake from Sonic the Screensaver, so I take that as a win. Wait, are there slicers? I remember seeing the enemies from CD, and that was really nice, but at the same time, they're a pig to deal with for as much as I love CD. Let me over. I don't know about Slicer though, I'm not sure that's the one. I didn't want to double jump, but I also didn't want a homing attack, because I wanted some swat. No worries, Larry. Catch you later. Thanks for dropping by. And have a good one. Got him. Right, let's play it sensibly next time. But what if? What if I had skills? No, he's gonna hit me. Agony. I'm just gonna wait. Good things come to those who wait. And in this case, I'm waiting a hell of a long time for the good things. Thank you. Is it this? Yes, this way. Okay. Don't let me down, Mach Speed. We're doing good, doing good. Don't fuck it up. Nah, this is fine. This is Babby mode. We're good. He says. I mean, I could just homing attack them. There's nothing saying that I have to run into them, so. Yeah. Good old night level making the ring collecting easy. Which one is that? Is that the Silent Hill one? Silent fucking Hill. Yes, it's that Silent Hill. Is it the Silent Forest one, or is it a different one? Sorry, I'm just checking some stuff real quick. Let's see. Okay. So I'm right at the start. The Knights... Oh, the Knights level, right. Yeah, that makes sense, actually. I think in the Wii U version, all of the DLC levels were good for grinding something. As I showed off at the beginning of the stream, that's why I've got the animal requirement. The Zelda Zone's really good for animals, Yoshi's really good for lives, and yeah, Knights is really good for rings, so... At least you get that back with the restoration mods. Absolutely use that to my advantage. Oh, what a song! Might be my favourite, but there's a lot of favourites in this one. Pretty good stage as well. I never tend to mind about this one too much. I think the boss fight's not very good, but... Oh my god, that was sketchy. A Larry playing Superstars, I see you. I see how it is. You and I were going to have a podcast style chat about the games I like. Oh, so we get an hour on Forces. That's cool. So you said you and Jamie are going to do a podcast about it. Is this off your own back, or is this a Sonic Boomer time? Ah, yay! Okay, fine. Well, at least I know that it's safe to spin dash. He says, "Oh dear." Oh, really? You filmed one that didn't come out? That's interesting, because I know one came out kind of recently, so come on, get on it. How am I actually meant to do that? Am I meant to jump off their heads? I assumed that wasn't the way to do it. I will say, when you get that spin dash chain going on, it is a satisfying game to play. I do love this aspect of it. Because the game's being designed around the boost. Therefore, it feels a little bit more satisfying a game that's not designed around something like boost or always having a boost button. But the game totally does have one. It's kind of funny that you recorded it. Probably at the same time that, I presume not probably long after Kev's one, and yet it's still sat there in the archives. They don't know who this guy is. It's fine, we'll wait for him to make a name for himself doing the glow stick stuff. Surely the prophecy foretold it, therefore. Now everyone knows him as the glow stick GIF guy. Oh! I genuinely didn't know this is what you're meant to do. I have played this game through like 5-6 times, and I've always just done it like that. Incredible. I cannot believe I didn't know that. That's amazing. Oh. Tough times. The ones with Kev and I were defo in a pocket of time. Yeah, because I remember him being really gung-ho about starting it, and then we had the Kev one. It just never went anywhere. I didn't hear the recent one, but I assume it was good, but I also assume it was filmed recently. So, we're just sitting on the gold mine. The glow stick man. I can't believe this. I am so sad. Ah! Oh, really? Okay, so we are getting round to the back catalogue. Think he lost the files. Well, no better time for a re-chat with Pete. Ugh. Okay, good. I got the ring. I got the ring. We're safe. We're safe. Oh! The best thing about this is at least you get to listen to Dragon Dance. Thought that was the plan, to release it in October with FanFest. Yeah, that would have been perfect timing. Right in the public conscience. I mean, how outdated is it at this point? Because what, 2 years 2021? Maybe you do have to re-record it after, alright? All the information you're going to be talking about might be a little bit outdated now, right? At least with those guys, their projects are a little more evergreen. I mean, if you get back on the... Maybe you got to revive Race to Good just so your interview's relevant. Well, because my point is, surely around the time, wasn't he filming them around June, July-ish? You probably would have been going right into that current Race for Good, right? So you probably like, oh yeah, looking forward to future years. Uh-oh. Not this boss. This is another one where I did not know how you're meant to handle this. The Act 4 one's worse. Forces prequel. Oh. Oh, buddy, we're getting into this again. I'm actually curious, though. The first thing I thought when people were like, it's not as good as Mania, I was looking forward to... Just fucking let me on! Yeah, I was looking forward to hearing what you thought about Superstars, to say the least. Also, I was pretty sure you could just run across this. Oh, wait, I remember how you do this. Not the legitimate way, but I remember how you do this. Can't you just get up here? I'm pretty sure. Yes. There you go. Not played it. Well, not yet, but when you do get to it, that was what I was legitimately curious about, because hearing your opinion that Mania sucks, therefore everyone's opinion that it sucks more than Mania, I'm curious if you would actually see it the opposite way. Thank you for the cheese. No! It's not how you do the cheese. It does carry some of the problems that Mania does. See, I don't think... I remember one of your biggest problems being the levels were very vertical. And I don't think the levels are as vertical. My biggest problem is it does the classic thing that the levels are long. Yeah, yes. I remember that being one of them as well, but I kind of actually did feel a little bit the same about Mania. 5 minutes plus. Oh boy, you're gonna love the boss fights then. Okay. Why does this one start halfway through the loop of the first level? What is the point of just starting the song halfway through? Just reuse it. It's fine. I'm stuck for a good boss fight. That's why I like Flicky's Island. Well, then you're not going to enjoy it. Ugh, great. I think I got the secret level to deal with before I go to Lava Mountain as well, which is the exact same as this shit, so... Aren't these flying levels also a really good one for rings? I know they're recommended for one of the mission categories, right? So I vividly remember playing this like 10 times that night and losing it. Or one of these sorts of levels. Ah, no! My red ring! What will I do without the red ring on this file? I'm immediately going to delete after this playthrough. This is so sad. Ugh. They've definitely improved controls in sections like this in the years since. You can get used to it, but it's not nice. I mean, hell, Superstars kind of has a section like this, and it's way more tolerable. Ooh! God, let me have some rings, please, now? Sorry, red ring. That is your final answer. Oh, I got a checkpoint, so... that'll keep me going for now. Still, on the subject of Race for Good and the like, who knows? Will I rage as much as the Zavok boss when it comes to Lava Mountain 3 or 4, or whichever one it is? I wonder. Let's find out. I think you can deflect some bullets back at this boss, but I don't feel confident enough. I thought there would be a more visually distinct bullet. Oh no, it is just the normal bullets. There was like nothing indicating to me that I could hit them in the visual sense there at all. Oh, okay, that was it. Alright, that was way easier than I expected, minus the part where it was a bit scary. Ugh, fuck this stage. This is one of the few that just has no redeeming qualities to it whatsoever. Maybe like a couple bits are okay, but ugh. I do like the gimmick of it looping back round on itself. That's quite nice, but... Slim pickings! Why don't you just accept it? Lie down and die. Whoa, he said the D word in the Sonic game. Crazy. Oof! I thought the camera scrolled for me. Sad. Can this be a bit more successful, please? Okay. It was so close to the edge of the screen, you could have given it to me. Right, will this fare a bit better? Whatever, that doesn't work. You know what? Fuck it. You don't intend for me to do it like that, but I've lost all standard of caring at this point. I never realised that you could just teabag a Sonic. Nice. Thank you, devs, for your greatest feature yet. I'm not using this. I need you to understand this is just not happening. What? How is that fair? I mean, it doesn't matter. It's ultimately pointless, but it was not fair. Oof. Okay. Good, good. Oh, it's looking pleasant. Oh, God! Okay, I don't have a jump. Way to find that out. Okay, let's approach this with a bit more care. Better. This is not care, but it works. Rough, but recoverable. That's the key in these situations. Okay. We good. We gaming. No, that's not what I clicked. The joystick sabotage live. Can't wait for this shit to end. Wait, I'm only on 20 lives now. I have like 40. Oh. This game's been doing me dirty. This is the worst level. Yeah, I really don't think there's a lower than this one. It's just dull. It's the 5-minute level curse, for one. But for two, it's just... eh. I don't know. There's just nothing really enjoyable about it. It's also a critical flaw on top of all the difficulty issues and BS and the like, of which there are numerous examples. Too numerous to count. Okay. Back to the dull 2D climbing perspective we go! Mind little ghosties. Strictly on season. I do like the bounce attack though. I wish we'd saw this more times than just this in SA2. I do think it has some great purposes that just didn't really get explored because Lost World killed it dead. Like, I enjoy it as a method of getting in a bit of extra height or interacting with breakable objects. Way more than whatever equivalents we've come up with in games since. Nice. Oof, that's a little too close for comfort, but fine. Don't care, I'm just going. Oh, 5th red ring, it means we're nearly there. Don't care, just going. Yes, this one. This boss fight just made me lose it the first time I played this. There have been a couple instances where you've needed to charge the homing attack, but never to the degree that this boss fight makes you charge it, at the later stages at least. Oh, it's kick! It's actually not the homing attack, is it? It's the kick. You just have to charge the reticle. That's right. Yes, I remember this now. You just do it enough until he retreats, right? Yeah, there we go. Yo, he's angry. Bowser's angry. Zavok's angry. Sorry, I mean Daddy. Daddy Zavok, of course. How could you forget? Yes, the Mufasa part is the part that I struggle with. Well, I don't struggle with. I know what to do now, but fuck my life, it's cryptic the first time you play this game. The only difference between him and Mufasa is he just wishes he could have voice acting this good, you know? Professional actors and all that. I'm going to kick you. I mean, he's actually not that bad of a voice actor, but it's not exactly the peak of Sonic, is it? Yeah, this shit. You never have to charge it that much. Yeah, he can block if it's just too bad as well. I forgot about that. Yep. Okay. The rest of the game definitely sets you up for that. Is it really? That's pretty interesting. Patrick Seltz in the Olympic ones. Oh, I forgot about the hidden stage, even though I mentioned it earlier. I was getting excited to move on and see the end of the game. Fine. I did say I'm going to play every stage at my disposal. Oh, yes, yes, yes. This is the one you used to grind. It does have the great music as well. What about the hidden world? Yeah, I intend on doing the hidden world. It's not too bad. Yeah, this is another good ring grinding one. I think I ended up using this one because it goes a bit quicker than Knights after the first couple times. Plus, you don't have to do the re-unlock thing. So if Knights would go, then I would use this or something. It's all coming back to me. I clearly need to remember, because if I intend on doing these achievements tonight, which I don't know if I'll have the have the energy in me to do it, but we'll see. I should just start ignoring things more in life, but also in the stage. We're getting better lives for this though. How do you do this bit again? Do you wait for something to expire, don't you? The blocks, yeah. It even makes a noise when he teabags. It's amazing. Sonic Lost World's amazing hidden feature? Question mark? Oh yeah, of course. I've seen so many extra lives. It's surely good for that as well. I mean, just look at this. Oh, okay. Skip all over it, because I don't care. Speaking of enemies we really needed back, why do we need the mushroom guys back? Honeycomb level, yeah, that's a good option as well. That was the one I think I always did when the PC version came out, you know, before the whole Zelda thing. Okay, good. We moving. We schmove. Get out of there, my guy. Yes! We're good. We're out. Lava Mountain, here we come. Yeah. Isn't this one just like a boss arena? I was too slow to save my buddy. Yes, this one is the boss arena one. This level was very little Lava Mountain. I mean, one of the zones is just the final boss. Only one stage is the actual advertised level. The rest of it's bosses or it's just, they're not skates. What's the word? I don't know. This game's rotted my brain. I did this voluntarily to myself, remind you, but getting the red rings here is miserable. This was one of Lava Mountain in general is miserable, but this and Lava Mountain 3 were by far the stages that took the most time when I was trying to do this with all red rings. I think I was here for a good 30 minutes, and every time you hear the same voice lines. But it's just very easy to fall into the lava when you try and get the red rings, even though it looks relatively easy. And it kind of is, but it's also very easy to fall off or get pushed into the lava while trying to get them. Same thing. Easy. Now for everyone's favourite. See, I'm gonna come to regret these words, aren't I? But I actually don't mind this one once you know what you're doing. It's not as chill as the first one, but it's still a fun gauntlet challenge rather than feeling downright unfair like it does on the first playthrough. Once you kind of get to know it, it's actually pretty... It's still miserable. I like it enough. There we go. Right, so it's my opinion. I get to hold it. It's my stream, my rules. Forgot they rinsed to death. Might be regretting. Slightly. It feels very Planet Wisp music. I mean, there's a reason this is everyone's favourite song from this game by far. It's just beautiful, isn't it? And it kind of has a Bramble Blast effect, or whatever, you know, Sticker Rush Symphony, whichever one you want to go with, of just the calm before the storm, this difficult stage juxtaposed by the most beautiful song in the game. I always like that about it as well. I get the feeling it may or may not have been intentional. I don't know which one, honestly. I can't figure it out for the life of me, but regardless, it's still lovely. It does make it all the more pleasant to trudge through it, the 700 lives it takes you roughly on the first time through. I think you can jump around all the doors in the cases where you do have to legitimately hit switches for them. Yeah, I'd take Planet Wisp over this any day, in terms of level, but I don't know, this is a very close race for the song, because they are both attempting to hit the same vibe. But hey, you'd be pleased to hear both of them do far outclass Color's Ultimate Planet Wisp, which just completely butchers the intended vibe, 110%. I legit don't know what Otani was thinking, but I think that in lies the problem, because I think that was one of the few songs in Colors he didn't do. Well, there you go, he didn't get it when he was asked to do it himself. Uh-oh! Didn't know the rails, the green rails sent you that crazy. Ooh! We're on a bad foot there, yeah. That's what I thought. Okay, looking a little bit cleaner. Don't jump by accident this time. Very good. This is the bad checkpoint, I think, isn't it? What the fuck? Don't click the joystick now! I didn't even grip the controller that hard for that to happen, is the worst part. Thank you, Xbox Series controller. Okay. Third try? Third try. Where was my double jump? That's okay, we're still not regretting the words just yet. Still time though. Why did this keep happening to me? Always the time that I actually line it up is when that happens. Incredible. That was so clutch. Oh, my heart skipped a beat there. Okay, not like that. Oh my god, I have to go so far back because of that, don't I? Yeah. Oof in the chat. Okay. This part wasn't the difficult part though. Appreciate my double jump, I guess? Fine, I'll just go all the way down. Saves the effort, doesn't it? Yeah. Whatever. It's fine. Okay. Oh, that was a bad decision on my part, but... when you know it, what issue can we observe with this level design? That's right. Lack of checkpoints. Where do we keep going wrong in the current two Sonic games? Lack of checkpoints. I did say the difficulty curve was very reminiscent of Lost World. And now I'm proving myself right. Woohoo. Not exactly something you want to be proved right on, though, I gotta say. 5, go. Okay. Oh! Did that to myself. Oh, is this actually scripted after a certain point? Yes, it is, mostly. It then let me jump again, but it was pretty scripted. No jump over for me. Denied. One more, good luck. Okay, got it. I think there's a checkpoint here, right? Please. Please end the misery. Okay, we're good. I think this section's pretty easy by comparison. Once again, they are famous last words, but... Oh, no. That was fine, but I think it's what's to come. Okay, we good. We're out. Nice. Yeah, that one checkpoint could do with a few more, but aside from that... Horrid? It's alright, that's the worst the game has to offer. It's pretty simple from here on out. Except maybe the hidden world. I remember the last level of that being not very nice. Okay, Lava Mountain. Let's go. An actual lava mountain this time, believe it or not. An actual, real, playable stage that isn't recycled content or the final boss. Oh, you are a piece of shit. Okay. Good. Feel good. Checkpoint? Yeah. Oh, because he's fat. I got it. I understood that reference. Okay. Keep a cool head. All this stage is really about. Just don't let any of it phase you.
Seriously still here? Why won't you die? Like a cockroach with horrible fashion sense.
Fashion. Woo. Let me up! Let me up! Okay, good.
No flowers. Lost to a boy.
Bye. Rip in peace. No, no, no! Okay. You're very worried. The camera was yet to scroll. Oh yeah, is this the time that I get to give the special shout out to that one red ring? Please. Oh! Beautiful. Or have we already passed the red ring? There's just one red ring in the stage that took me like 2 hours. Just straight up, this is the worst. Flat out. Ooh.
Look at that hedgehog with all his trying and positive attitude. It's people like that who are wrecking this world for the rest
Ooh.
of us.
I say not a boss rush. It kind of technically still is, but at least, even if I just stand there, they are fresh bosses. That's a positive. Gotta look for him.
Sonic's doing better than I expected, but I have pretty low expectations. About everything. I mean, really, why bother? Yeah.
Oh. Oh yeah, speaking of which, slices! Speaking of what was mentioned earlier. Oh, see, this is why the parkour's sick, because when you actually hit stuff like this, it's so satisfying. I say that, I double jumped by accident, but you know, when you actually climb up something like really quickly, and you can feel it, it's great.
How meaningless we all are? Well,
Often.
mostly you.
How do I get to this guy? Just get to the top, right? Oh. Yeah, let me guess. I do that. My homing attack. No? Where's the part where I do the homing attack?
In this
Oh, wait, no, you just get to the top and pull the switch, don't you? Yep. Bruh. Okay. Well, I'm more well informed now. I'm a different man.
How meaningless we all are.
I'm a different man with no goddamn rings. Okay. Well... There's some right there as well. That's what makes that the worst.
Do you realize how meaningless we all are? Well, mostly you.
Do we realise how meaningless I am for getting the rings? Very. Epic gaming.
Praise.
Uh-oh. I say that! Okay, so it's the right side one, noted. I probably could have got through the left, it just didn't really indicate to me that I could walk through there. Left, he said. Remember, you literally just said the left.
In this pain, I finally find comfort.
Damn, all he wants is comfort. We're just ruining it for him. Yeah, it's this one. Special shouts to this red ring in particular. The wall running one. Oh my god. Let's see if I can get us over to it. Is it clicking the stick? No, how do you... How do you think it's the hover again? Holding dash. Right? Okay. I was holding dash. Right, let's just go up to the top of here. This is probably the best way to see the red ring. Oh, look, it's over there. It's all the way over there. Bearing in mind you get one spin dash on the wall and that's it, and how bonkers this... Why do that? So why be that way, Sonic? Right, let's just show this off real quick, since the rest of the stage until Zavok is pretty uneventful. Yeah, look. Okay, I've messed it up. I now want to try and go back. First of all, parkour anyway, parkour moment. Second of all, right, let's go back on ourselves and do that again then. Fine. Okay. Demonstration null and void. That was pure luck that I was at the right angle for that. That was not meant to be that easy. It was meant to show you, look at how difficult it is to rerun this without dying. And that... I'm cleaning up right now. Holy shit. If only I could show 2019 me this footage. This is, yeah, far and away the roadblock of this entire playthrough is this level and nothing else. Because for those two alone. Because if you got one, then you still got to get the other one as well. Checkpoint.
You are a waste of my time.
And Savok, it's the daddy. Let's go.
Despise waste.
Wow, he's a green man. What can he say? Loves his recycling. Can never figure out how to do his dash ring afterwards. Yep! When you know it, the game sure as hell isn't very upfront with that information. Or any information. Read the manual. The e-manual exists, because this was, what, the beginning of e-manuals practically. 360, you're still hanging on to manuals in some cases. I think Jen's had one. I think this was the first one with the e-manual, like, only, right? So it's just like, just read it. It's just right there on the console. No. Tell me in the game. I actually didn't know you could hit him like this. Oh, I've already fucked myself over by destroying those. Okay. Yeah, this boss has a special place in hell, it goes without saying. Alright, wait for these guys. Yeah, I just can't do anything about that. Nice.
This is my full strength.
So if this is his full strength, has he been able to do this all along and therefore in all subsequent games? Or is there a there's a cutscene explaining this, isn't there? Let's be realistic about the situation. Oh, you're kidding. That was actually going quite well. Yes, really? Fake Zavok Enforcers just chose to use the Bandit controlling pet.
Let's put an end to this.
Wow, I've never heard something so lame in my life. Really? That's incredible.
This is my
Thank you. Look at how bad this is. I'm just too much of a gamer. What can I say? I'm just too epic of a gamer, right? Undoing all those years of trauma from that. Oh, you prick. He's gonna get me before I can get any more rings, isn't he? Oh, you bellend. Right, come on, get that block. Get that block. There we go. Uh-oh. Oh, so close as well. Okay, fine. Whatever.
Let's put an end to this. This is my full strength.
Okay, go on, show it off then. Show it off, buddy. Oh, you... Why did you drift backwards? Oh, what if you wanted to eat dinner, but Zavok said no? The daddy said, absolutely not. More playtime first.
My full strength.
Oops. Oh, my life flashed before my eyes for a second there. Fuck! Why do this to me?
Let's put an end to this. This is my full strength.
Yeah, so the strategy is to get as many as you can here, because it really makes life easier for you if you get basically all these blocks here before moving on. You've effectively done a chunk of the damage anyway. Hey! I'm just falling at the first hurdle, but the other hurdles aren't exactly easier. I didn't even know he could come over this side. The more, you know.
This is my full strength.
Want to try Superstars Co-op? Quit after the first act? Me with Mario Wonder. I think we made a couple levels into that. I didn't even bother trying Superstar in Co-op because I heard it was that rough. What if you wanted to eat dinner but Zavok said no? Finally a clip for me. Ugh. Do I really not get rings? I actually don't think I get rings from this point on. Come on, buddy. Come on. Fucking climb. Oh, oof. Oh, there we go. See? To be fair, it's soft lock when I enter bonus stage screen. Well, screen locked, couldn't enter the bonus stage and we couldn't pause. Yeah, that sounds like Superstars for you, alright? It's having Unity troubles, TM. I had to disable Steam input, otherwise the game just would double input. try and take me to a menu that wasn't there, so it would just freeze on the title screen. All right, let's get it done. The most pathetic final boss in this series. Actually, no, there's some candidates. I think it might be this one though. I really cannot think of anything this much of a pushover. Like, even the Colors one has a bit more challenge than this. Loved Act 2? Hell yeah. I mean, it's got some of the best music, don't get me wrong, but... Oh yeah, that's how you meant to time it. You meant to time it with the bounce. Oh, okay, right, I can't reset. Right, I'm just going because I want my rings. Forces are the same. Yeah, but Forces has like the 3 parts to it. That second part's hell. Once you do the speedrunning challenge for the 100%, you learn to hate that even more. You've done that. Oh, that was the bit you did. Nice. I forgot how strong that motion blur is. Yes, dog shit. Oh, dodge shit, sorry, Freudian slip there. Jump up arm, knock away is color shtick. Yeah, but I think it's epic enough to justify it. It was the first time they did it. When they thought it was the only time they were going to use it, it was cool, and I mean, the final color blaster thing's still sick. I'll read that in a second, Alari, when I got a bit of downtime. Come on. There we go. Got the emeralds after leaving the big ring, the crushers, and the alternative frozen base. I couldn't stop moving. Nice. They stopped moving, I couldn't progress. Nice. Good game. Better design for Egg Sergeant, though? Oh, absolutely. I think this is a really cool design. Come on, do the hands. There we go. Beat the red one for evil you'll see everywhere now. It's sick. I actually never noticed the green over, now that you mentioned it, it is pretty sick. Oh, final hit. Okay. Obviously this guy put Egg Dragoon again. Oh, 100%. I'm sick of Egg Dragoon now. It was so cool in the first game it appeared in, and then when you got to play as Modern Sonic, I was like, okay, pretty cool, you know, and then it's in Forces, it's just like, why? But why, though? Can I skip the credits? Please. Please, I don't want to sit through the credits. Ah! Agony. Evening Greyfall, welcome. Hope you're having a good day. Thank you for joining us. Gotta sit through the credits, man. Okay, I was gonna say, do I at least get audio for this? Okay, good. PC conversion developed by Sega Europe. Oh wow, 2 developers, 1 producer, and someone who got a special thanks. Mute Mike eat dinner. It's got 17 minutes in the oven. These better be some long ass credits. Why does Jessica Padkin ring a bell? I should ask Dean. See, I feel like every time I read credits, names in the credits of these things, they ring a bell. Look, there's Elliot, for example. See, it's always easy, but I don't know why I feel the same. But never been someone I directly encountered. Former Sega, there you go. Former Sega Europe producer and lead tester, known for art contributions to Sonic the Comic. Yes, I recognize the profile picture. This is... I forgot about that fucking Tails picture. Oh god. I don't have an opinion. It's not changed after playing this. I weirdly had some fun with it. I weirdly didn't have some fun in all the same places I expected. So yeah, that's about that. I definitely see shades of this in all the other games we've had in the last couple of years, so much of this could have had so much potential. They're just sitting on a gold mine. I mean, hell, Marsa's stuff. We've not had a Marsa animation in a while, have we? And did Frontiers have any? I don't remember, but this game was full of great CG cutscenes. So it's like one of the really good ones in that regard. Any gaming plans after the end of the credits, or have I turned up for the end of the stream? No, we're still going Greyfor. We are doing the Hidden World, which contains 4 levels, and then I'm doing the Yoshi DLC and the Knights DLC, so there's still time. Oh, thank God, they're super short credits. Also, Wonderworld's a great song, needs more love. It's like 4 minutes, I don't even think it made it to 4 minutes in that credits. We'll probably pick it back up tomorrow, reach the end of Egg Factory. Yeah, that's about the place where everyone gave up, but a suitable place to leave it for tonight, I'm sure. I could say the same, and yet here we are still. We get the bangers. Right, guys, who likes gaming? Just a quick question. Oh wait, am I actually gonna... Oh. I can't make it. This is so sad. No! Oh no! I did actually die as the stage ended there. I didn't realize it was an insta kill, but that still counted. I thought I was gonna get away with not moving at all, but you can. Yeah, that is that level. There's nothing to it. You can like make the timer go for ages, but there's ultimately no reason to. There's not even leaderboards. There's no reason to do it. You could just... I don't know why that stage exists if it's not for leaderboards. Also, yeah, hey, we get a nice Tails remix. What are the other two? I remember the last one, but then what's the third stage? This is a weird little world, but... I don't know. I like the music here. This is an okay remix, but the main Hidden World theme's really good. Remember when Tails was a character? Yeah. Is that all this is? I mean, he was in Generations, right? Oh, right. You can't bonk the walls. Okay, stop looking away from the screen is what I'm seeing here. I was also running out of time, so... I get what I'm doing a bit better now. I think I've only played the hidden stages maybe twice. Once when I first tried playing the game, and the second time when I was in the 100% thing. Fuck! I mean, what? Tails is a character. We've had a load of cool Tails stuff recently. Just didn't around this time. At all, really. I mean, at the time of this game, yeah, I mean, he was okay in Gens, wasn't he? Tails died a long time ago, TBH. If Aaron Webber would have anything to believe, then Tails is always dead. I was so sad he didn't die in Forces, or in Frontiers. Sorry, he could have died in Forces as well, but in Frontiers there was plenty of opportunities for Tails to die. SMH for my head. Okay. Are we ducking and weaving? Uh-oh. Oh my god! Woo. Looking good. I don't know. Like a checkpoint. Okay, go, go, go. Okay, I can't reach that. Zone 4 is the only one with checkpoint. I don't think Zone 4 has checkpoints if it's the one I'm thinking of. I remember that being why I rage quit it and never finished it originally. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh my god, you're kidding! Top 10 worst anime deaths. Watch Mojo #1. Right, I'm not focusing on the speed boosters. I'm just gonna go for the time right now. But I don't think I'm making it to another time. No, I'm not. Oh wait, no, no, no. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. How does that work? It doesn't matter because I'm not making it to the next one. Clueless. Oh, I actually would have made it. No. Okay. Knuckles cracked, headphones on. Yep, it's gamer time. I'm actually ignoring my own advice. I'm just going to take the speed boost here. And then this time, I will learn from said advice and get that. I'm also so low on lives, I really can't believe it. Barrel, 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 barrel. Okay, this is looking a little better than we were at this checkpoint last, or this waypoint last time. Okay. Looking good-ish. Am I though? I'm not so sure. Keeping an eagle eye out for any, as long as I get all the time boosters, that's it, yeah. As far as I'm aware, that should be fine, but I mean, you saw how close it was last time, right? I know I clipped one of them with my wings and didn't actually get it, so that was probably the real killer, but I'm still tense. I've had a near-death experience. I have had a death experience. I mean, that wasn't not near-death, it was straight up just a death. There we go. Much better. Yeah, so this is where I fail to remember what one of them is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the next one doesn't have checkpoints, right? Still, at least you get to listen to the Hidden World theme. Ooh. Yeah, this one has checkpoints. That's what I remember. I remember the last one being 4 minutes of survival. It's bad. Who used this music? Was it you? It was me, yeah. No, shockingly. This was the Radio Sega Shuffle background music. Which is still... I don't know. See, I stopped doing it last series because it either got too formulaic or I was running out of ideas for the individual things to do. Like, I was really enjoying the top 40 segment, but I ran out of ideas for others, and then it was like, I think there's change in circumstances with a certain person's show who you probably guess, given that they disappeared. They probably wouldn't want me using that stuff, so then I'd have to scrap that stuff, which was always some of my favourite stuff to do, and it's like, I was like a couple complications, where it's like, I could still do it, it's just, you know, I just never got back around to it, and it's the same with like the Codebreakers show and shit. I had that mostly lined up, and then there was a combination of things, mainly a complication with the jingle that I still haven't really ever got resolved. To the point where I might just not have a unique one, I might just reuse one that I've already had. And yeah, I just never quite figured out the format. I thought of ideas that sounded good, but I never got it like implemented to a point where I was super happy with it, you know? So that was like another one of those ones where I say it's going to happen and then it doesn't happen. It's not that I don't always mean it, because most of the time I do. It's still there. The idea's still bouncing around, but I A, don't know when to do it. B, still don't have all the ideas I'd like in place before pushing something out the door. And there you go. I don't know why I said door so loudly. Oh my god! I'm cracked. I'm shit. If I had not recovered that, even for this stream, that would be a new low. Love this song, by the way. In case you couldn't tell, it wasn't obvious enough. Also, you might, not this one, but you might be thinking about Sugar Lane as well. You're definitely thinking of this song. What the fuck? You're definitely thinking about this song, but also I did use Sugar Lane at the beginning of Pick and Mix. Because I was like, oh, I'm going to have an intro theme like last time round, and then I just figured out quite early on that I just really liked Cold Open, so I thought it worked quite well. I do the same for the other show now as well. I quite like Cold Opening. Not that there's anything wrong with an intro theme, but I used to do it as a talk-over intro theme, and then it's like, now you've got to write another bunch of stuff to say. You've got to effectively do what you would do in a talk bed, just condensed into 2 minutes at the start. Did I see the Adventure Physics mod for Generations? No, I was going to get into this at the end of the stream, but you've kind of brought it up now. I do intend on doing some hacking contest stuff next week. I was going to do Monday, but Monday's obviously long play, so it might be Tuesday as per normal, in which case I'm delaying Detective Pikachu maybe another week or to the weekend. Because I was potentially going to do Detective Pikachu tomorrow, then I remembered about this, and I'm also, like mentioned, going out tomorrow. Is he cracked? So cracked, Pete. Yeah, I do intend on doing some hacking contest stuff this week. So likely Tuesday. The same deal as normal. Do a lot of the PC games, but do a lot of the Mega Drive games as well. Except this time I do have an ace up my sleeve. I actually have a working Mega Drive setup that I can use for such things. I don't know what I meant to do here. Yeah, it's a SHC week. Yes, Monday. Yeah, I actually have a working Mega Drive. I had one ages ago, obviously, but PAL. That's all you need to know. 50Hz PAL doesn't work well with some of the games, and I'm not a fan of playing games in 50Hz anyway. So I do have a properly working and hook-upable to my HDMI capture card. What's it called? Yeah, Japanese 60Hz Mega Drive. So there you go. I actually have that ace up my sleeve. I can try some of them on real hardware and go, oh, this actually works really well, because I always like doing that sort of thing. The first time I did it in 2015, it wasn't quite real hardware, but I did try and see how many of them, out of interest, were playing on AtGames Portable, and the answer was quite a few. Because I thought that thing was so comfy, and it was one of the best ways to play Mega Drive games for me at the time, aside from booting up an emulator. So I just ended up going with that, and that I still have that VOD somewhere. That's pretty interesting. Yeah, I'm interested in those, and I think we're expecting an Unleashed mod, right? I think there's an 06 mod, but there's definitely, from my memory, an Unleashed mod. I do still have around my Hack 360, so I can actually play that one, because I wouldn't want to rely on Xenia or anything, as cool as it would be to have like a 60 FPS experience with the mods. Still don't think Xenia's quite at the point I'd want it to be for that sort of thing. I think it's still pretty unstable for Unleashed, so being able to play them on the real deal will be really nice. So that will be like one of the other things I check out, is any of the 360 mods, of which they look like there might be quite a few. So that's fun as well. So yeah, I plan on doing that on the Tuesday, a couple hours worth. I don't know, maybe like 7 till 11, something like that. So yeah, 3 categories: Mega Drive, a couple of 360 games, and of course all the PC stuff that's always there. So yeah, if that's in there, then I will absolutely check that out. Right, this one with Bootleg Pac-Man is my arch nemesis. I've gotten better at stuff like this in the years since. Unleashed unironically runs better under RPCS3. Yeah, I remember that. I was messing about with it, obviously, because of, you know, I wanted to play Unleashed at a good frame rate, and it wasn't good, but it was better. But then, you know, the whole Series S and X thing happened, and that was all the motivation I needed. Oh, okay. We're good. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, this level's just shit. There's just no way around it. It's just shit. Luckily, it's not a mandatory requirement for the main game then, but oh my god, I've wasted a long time trying to finish this level in the past. Dun 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 dun. It's just a lot of manual alignment, making sure you don't outrun the camera, but also don't run it too much. It's just a fiddly piece of shit. Oh yeah, you got these things! I totally forgot about this as well. Even more timing-based stuff. Oh yeah, I'm dead, by the way, and there's no checkpoints. Fuck this. Okay, I got on him just fine. Phew. That's all this level is going to be. It's going to be a lot of concentrating and just humming. So get ready for it, because just fucking hell. Why did I commit to this? Said I was going to play every stage. Dun 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 dun. I made it. Oh my god! My life flashed before my eyes. Oh, I forgot about this guy! That should get in right. Okay, good. Okay. Yeah! For real, right? It's bad. Look at this guy. Pac-Man's furry cousin. Pac-Man had his persona, this would for sure be it. Frick. Oh god, I forgot about his pinch. Pinching bastard. Ugh. Oh, you're kidding me! They sound so wet. Please never say that again. Fuck! Alright, let's put some distance between me and him real quick. Sake. Dun. Got him! Okay, there we go. Thank God for that. Actually wasn't as bad as I remembered it, as long as you focus on the early hits, it's okay. But it is still so tense. No more disturbing mouth noises. Boing. No, that's it. That's enough free ASMR. You gotta pay for that shit. It wasn't even relaxing. Right, back to the DLC and then I can go and eat. I mean, I can end off the lovely stream for you folks. Okay, let's start with Knights and end with Yoshi. Still knows. Oh wait, no, I do have Zeldor back. Ouch. So this is just a boss rush. As if you've not had enough of those yet. Hey, you get some Journey of Dreams music at least. A game I have still not finished. I was pretty happy when this happened. No, I wasn't. I wasn't a big Knights fan at this point, but I would have been relatively happy if Knights had remained as the Sonic cameo character at this point. At least something's better than nothing, right? So this was about the most prominent role. I mean, we had we had Sonic Force's costume creator, of course, didn't we? But after that point, what did you get? You got Superstars, cough cough, wink wink. But yeah, that's really about the only other cameos. We've never had one of this scale since, and it's very sad because this would have been fun. Yeah. Let's get some rings. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, that was it. That's all I had to do there. I know I didn't have to attack the other guys, but I thought there'd at least be something more to it, right? Oh, right, you have to get him. Come on. Yeah, you got your spikes. Congrats. Big man, congrats. Yes, I'm here. Okay, got it. Oh, into the endless abyss! I forgot that half this shit's just in black and white. Why is it again? Like, what need is there for this? Hey, you know, it's a really cool character you've been looking forward to seeing. Oh, wow. Well, we're not even going to show him in colour. Screw you. That's a lie. Hey, Mouser. Well, it's not Mouser, but it is close enough. Crazy thing, 10 years, truly a game that died after release. Never hear anyone bring this game up. Yeah, they did for about a year, didn't they? And then... yeah, of course you got to have Jackal here. Anything else wouldn't have been fitting, and it's about as annoying of a boss. Actually, no, Jackal's way more annoying of a boss fight to play than this guy. Yeah, Lost World is certainly a game of all time, and that's about what this playthrough has confirmed to me. It's definitely most unique gameplay-wise because it's the most 3D again. Yeah, it's definitely done something that no other one has done since. But we were talking about it, and I said they've definitely learnt direct lessons from this. Like they're not doing this again. But at the same time, I do miss aspects of this game as well a little bit. Hence why everyone just said Mario Galaxy. Yeah, but Mario Galaxy critically was a good game. Yeah, like the whole, it has anti-gravity, therefore it's Mario Galaxy. Like, didn't Sonic have anti-gravity stuff first? Maybe Yoshi's Island had anti-grav that I can't remember about, but certainly SA2 had. I don't hate the run button as much as most people. I like the ability to slow down. Oh yes, this is why this is the, the ring grinding stage. I remember now. Oh yeah, and you get the idiot capture as well. That's nice. It's a really neat tribute to Knights. It's impressive that they found ways to actually really accurately repurpose the main bosses as well. Yeah, there we go. That's one, and then we got a short one. And as said by Sonic once, let's go. Good morning. There you go. There's that Wii U font that mod restores as well. Okay. Well, it's time. So I think the main purpose of the eggs is just extra life, so the extra lives at the end of the stage. Everyone started to moan about PC ports. I mean, yeah, Wii U font. Yeah, I was talking about this at the beginning of the stream. That's one of the mods that PC Gaming Wiki recommends, and that's one of the ones that I've got enabled as well. So that's one. It's a pretty good one. They just didn't want to repay for the licensed font they used in the Wii U. It's just like one of those small little changes which like most people won't care, but it's sort of as a restoration thing alongside this, it makes sense. If you're already doing that anyway. Such a good remix. Love Shy Guys. Love the little guys. Not enough to not kill them though. Curious. You claim to love Shy Guys, and yet you eat them. Baffling. I had to make sure to go down the pipes as well. Unleashed PC, why when Unleashed Project is just better? Yep. What is the other connection to Sonic? I don't remember. But Unleashed is way better because X, Y, and Z is like, I like playing Unleashed, but yeah, Unleashed Project is just a better way to play those stages, there's no doubt about it. No, my eggs! Oh, Ozest. True. I nearly bought that game kind of recently as a joke because I can get ready for Sonic Superstars. Oh, I can't go down the pipe. This is so sad. I actually just kind of want to look for all of these flower coins. I mean, I'm kind of close now, aren't I? So what happens when you get 100 of these coins? I actually don't know. Okay. Oh, true. I could use these guys, or I could just use the parkour. 12 Ozest hits like New Yoshi's Island, Hey Pikmin, and Bellend Wonderworld. See, I still maintain Bellend Wonderworld, not a good game, but it's not 0.5 stars or whatever people give it. It's better than that. Also, you know, you can't forget the classic Yoshi's New Island. Never been followed up by technically a better game. So they just didn't bother after that point. And I heard Hey Pikmin was actually okay. It's just kind of one of those things of bad timing. It wasn't Pikmin 4 when Pikmin 4 had already been promised kind of thing. Like, it's tolerable as a game. Okay, look, here you go. So this is what happens when you tackle the X to the end. Oh! Didn't get my extra flower. Sad. There you go. Yossi time. So yeah, that shall be all for tonight, people. That zone will reappear at some point. Let's see. Let's check. Is who I think is still online? Are they online? Because if so, I will send you over there. Yes, they are! Okay, right, I'm going to send you on over to... Actually, am I? Sorry, I'm just looking through my list. Yeah, go on, I'll send you over to Silver Sonic then. Playing Super Mario Bros. Wonder, so dip on out if you want spoilers. Otherwise, go and say hello. That's all from me. I'll catch you all next time, but for now, have a good one. Have a good rest of your week, and I'll be back for some Sonic hacking contests later in the week. See you then, and have a good one. Peace!